Hi, my friends. Welcome to Sort of Brilliant, a show where the characters are made up and the sorting absolutely does matter. My name is Rachel.
And I'm her best friend and co-host, Lauren. Every other week, we're going to invade a fandom and determine whether your favorite character belongs in Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, or Slytherin.
We're the Harry Potter podcast that talks way more about any other franchise.
Here, we use the sorting structure from Harry Potter as a common language without supporting the author or her beliefs. As for the sorting itself, there's bound to be some arguments along the way.
But in the end, we're always right.
According to us.
According to us. Ayo! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is a very special episode for a very special girl that we all love. Yay!
Yay!
Happy birthday, Lauren!
Yay! Killian Jones.
This episode has only been 2 years in the making of her begging and pleading, and finally for her birthday,
and
as
you know what?
special
We've
gift
done
to her.
that show before. It shouldn't have been that much work.
I didn't put this much work in
we
last
didn't
time.
talk about any of the good. Well, we talked about Emma. That's the only one.
We talked about Regina. I don't understand what you're talking about. What point are
and you
trying to
didn't
make
really
here?
get to talk about her. You want to do her again. When you were drunk, you were like,
Okay.
yes, let's do the whole episode.
We can talk
over.
about her right now.
No, this is the Killian Jones episode.
It's not just Killian Jones.
Yes,
okay?
it is. We're only talking about Killian Jones.
The birthday bitch has spoken. Sorry, everybody. This is the Captain Hook episode only.
True.
So, as my gift to Lauren, I set out on a several-month mission to make sure that I could in depth this time, truly watch this show, immerse myself in this show.
No, because last time Rachel was like, I'm not sure that I really like Captain Hook, and I almost ended our friendship.
Yeah.
I thought about it seriously.
He's alright. Yeah, no, I liked him a lot better this time
She said
around.
they'll be best
He's
friends.
my good buddy.
Yep.
He would be my best friend in real life for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. And you'll find out why on this episode. But not right away, because we're saving him for the end.
Because Lauren won't.
I know the episode names him first, but it's not the case.
It's sort of Killian Jones is what this episode is called.
Sort of, it's my birthday and I'm making fucking rules. Yeah, no. We have to save him for last. We're choosing a bold opener today with David, aka Charming.
Yeah,
so weird.
I was gonna say, hang on. So we're doing David and Rumpelstiltskin and Killian Jones. All of these men have two names, so you may hear us jump back and forth. David and Charming, Gold and Rumpelstiltskin, or the Dark One. Maybe he's got 3 names. And then you got Killian Jones, Captain Hook, or Hook, just Hook.
Guys, listen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever said on this podcast how deeply in love I am with Ben Barnes, right?
Mm-hmm. Have you not?
I don't think the people know. I don't think they know. I've never had
I feel like we've mentioned Shadow and Bone.
Well, anyway,
or
I didn't like it last year.
Chronicles of Narnia, which is a full house.
I loved him in that.
I did too. I did too, but
not as much as me. Not as much as me.
No,
so
fine.
Anyway, George last night not last night, bitch. Like I could fucking breathe last night. I'm sick right now. A couple nights ago, he was like, I know you really like Ben Barnes. Why don't we try Shadow and Bone again? Because he watched it by himself and he liked it. And I didn't like it last year. So I watched it. It was really good, guys. Yeah. And he was really good. But the problem is, his character is like the Darkling. But I keep calling him the Dark One because of this show. So I'm like, what did the Dark One say? And he's not a little goblin man. Will we ever sort Shadow and Bone, do you think?
Probably. Got a big fandom.
Then I won't make the next comment that I was about to make.
Nope, don't do it.
About him and Rumpelstiltskin.
I have no idea what that show is about or who those characters are. Yeah.
I'm not saying a word.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, how do you feel about being 57?
Is that how old I am?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel still young. I still feel young at heart. So,
yeah.
Actually, 57 is a good age. It puts me closer to Killian's age.
How old do you reasonably feel? Like, truthfully, how old do you feel?
I still feel like I'm in my early 20s every day. I'm like, why am I not waking up and going to class every single day?
I know it's weird to not be in school anymore. And I think I'm perpetually going to be like 24 or 25. I don't think I'm ever.
That's
gonna
how
move
I
from
feel.
there.
Not young 20. Like I don't feel like 21 or 22, but like mid 20s. 24 is my golden birthday. It's my favorite number. I loved that year. So nothing that memorable happened, but it's just got good vibes to it. So
yeah, what the hell was mine? Oh, 21. That was a good night.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what a golden birthday was until I met Lauren. Some white thing. I don't know.
You can still do your
Unlike me,
you can still
I'm
do your
Italian.
platinum birthday.
What the fuck is that?
Your platinum birthday? The year you were born. So you living it up in the nursing home with your Alzheimer's.
What do it's fucking ridiculous. What do people born in 2000 do? They just don't get one? It's 0.
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
I guess they take the 20.
It's like leap year birthdays when they don't actually have a birthday.
You don't get one.
February 29th birthdays, yeah.
Yeah, you're 4 forever or whatever. I don't know math. Anyway, though, birthdays are fun. And so, as I said, it's not about me, but I did give up my weekends and my nights and my time and my energy and my life to watch this fucking show.
Oh my God, and she liked it.
For this woman. And I liked parts of it.
And we didn't shut up about it.
But I did not like season 6. And I did not like season 5, episode 21. I don't remember it now.
No, it was episode 20. Firebird. 20. Yeah.
I did not like Firebird, and we will be discussing it.
It was very good. It's extremely representative of what would happen between those two people in that situation, exactly.
So to jog your memory, Emma and her idiot mother are both Gryffindors. And I don't like Snow White. Just to refresh your memory.
It's really funny. I need to re-listen to our episode, but I know we went really hard on Snow White. And when Rachel and I were watching this, we were actually together to watch season 2 and season 3, which is good because those are good seasons. Season 3 is actually the best season of the entire show. So we were watching it, and we were both like, why were we so mean to Snow? She's kind of but she's like fine. And then it gets into season 4. And we were like, oh yeah. Which is it doesn't give Rachel an excuse because she hadn't watched season 4 when she dumped all over Snow in that episode.
It was vibes, I knew.
She at one point was like, I might have to go back and redact my statements. And then we kept watching the show and she was like, no,
I do actually, I do redact my statements. I wasn't harsh enough. I really hate her so much more this time around. Terrible mother. Terrible person. I don't like her. And Regina was right the entire time. Your people bathe in the river and use pine cones for money. That's like the best line I've ever seen in a television show in my life.
I don't remember what the exact line is, but Corella's like, you took a decade to get here, and she's like, explains the way you look. Something like that.
Regina's one-liners. And they finally let her say bitch in the musical episode.
Mm-hmm.
Although I wasn't a fan of her number, so...
She did, that scene that you lost it at when she put Selena back into Oz, and she goes, somewhere over the rainbow, which, Lana was going, she was like, I'm saying bitch, though.
Oh, yeah. That was delivered with all the bitch energy.
All the intent.
Because honestly, that would be Regina's favorite word. It's like when they don't let Dean Winchester curse, like he would curse like a fucking sailor. Regina would be calling everyone a bitch. You little bitch.
Dean's allowed to say bitch.
Yeah. Just how bad would she have, she would have gotten 8-year-old Snow by the throat and be like, you
God, yeah.
It would have been great. And she should have won and gotten the ending she deserved.
You fucking haven't watched season 7. Don't watch all of season 7. No. One of the scenes I gave you will give you Regina's happy ending. The show ends with her happy ending.
She never got her revenge for what little Snow did to her.
That's no longer what she wants.
And she deserved it.
Just like
that's unfortunate. It's what I want.
Who's rather would have this ass than that.
Yeah. Okay, I'll move away from Regina. So we have 3 guys.
You didn't remind everybody what Regina is. You said Emma
Regina's
and her
Hufflepuff.
mom. Yeah.
Yeah, she is. She's a big ol' Hufflepuff. She's cuckoo bananas. Anyway, Lauren just said something delightfully unhinged that she wants erased from the episode. So anyway, lame. Imagine you get canceled for your birthday episode. That'd be so funny.
I know. I'd be so sad. The last thing I ever said on the airwaves was about Killian Jones. It ain't poetic.
Yeah, it is. Virginia
I was
is
talking to my mom the other day and was trying to explain to her that I am in love with this man. And she's like, you mean the fictional character, right? Not the act. I was like, no, the actor's not attractive. I don't know him. I'm in love with Killian Jones.
That's how I feel about Eddie Munson, too. The actor does absolutely nothing for me. And all these people keep trying to tell me he's really hot. And I'm like, that's not Eddie. I don't know what you're talking about. And it's the same for Killian. Like, his actor looks nothing like him.
But Colin O'Donoghue is hot. Like, he is. It's just, it's got nothing for me. He said once in an interview that, like, literally the only thing they have in common is how their eyebrows move with their expressions, like the way they do. He's like the personality that, like, nothing. And I'm like, well,
what a good actor, though.
That's the man I love. So you're not him.
Yeah. He just, everything about, like, the way his body moves and his face is, and even the tone of his voice, it's totally different.
Yeah, well, because he's Irish and Killian English, not
English.
Okay?
Did you just go feral?
Yeah,
a feral moment.
Little gremlin came out.
So I decided, let's leave Killian for the end so that she can be as unhinged for as long as she wants, and we'll get the other stuff out of the way.
The problem, usually what happens is Rachel and I start, and I'm like, I don't remember anything about the source material. Like, I don't know what to say. The problem with this is that I have so many things to say that I'm going to forget, like, the majority of them. Anyway, you wanted to start with David.
We literally always do this. Like, this Sunny episode, we're constantly referencing, like, we should have brought that up, or the community one, like, we should have brought this up. But there's I can't be here for 4 hours with everything, and I would make these episodes that long with the shit that we have to say about, especially about the ones we like the shows we really, really love.
Yes,
and shit.
Or the ones the characters we hate.
Yeah, for real.
We have a lot to say.
Even longer.
Yeah.
Which is why it's a good thing we're not talking about Snow White.
Or
dumbest
Belle.
name of all time.
Or Belle. We've agreed. We're literally never. Have you even sorted her? I haven't even gone near her.
Yeah, like, I know what she is.
Oh, we did talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we?
Did we?
I know what she is.
Yeah. Is she yeah.
She's exactly what you think she is.
Uh-huh. That's unfortunate. Disney Belle would never. Disney Belle's a Ravenclaw. A Ravenclaw. Yeah, she is.
Yeah, I don't feel like arguing that, so sure.
Yeah. Her whole attractiveness to the actual animalistic beastie man is like unhinged Ravenclaw.
Like, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand the love for Belle, especially for the Belle and Rumple ship.
Rumple.
It's gross. It's so gross.
What was Belle, the fucking... Oh, when I was...
Belle, you took my dagger, Belle. My dagger. Rumple, you're a good man.
What's the fucking line I typed out to you?
I don't remember. It was really funny.
Season 7.
It's so good.
It was like,
the way you typed it was exactly...
It was so good. It was like, Rumple, you my home.
I knew you had it in you. I'm not making fun of anything except her specific, the way she specifically delivers lines.
I hear the actress is not nice either, so I don't care if we're also making fun of her.
Really? Well, I will tell you that
we heard that insider info. Yeah.
Oh, great. I've heard her speak outside of Belle. It's completely fine. Does not bother me the way Belle bothers me.
Why did she do that? Why did she do that?
Don't know. She knew she was playing a dumb bitch, and she said, okay, I'm going to give it my all. And lest you think that we've reserved this energy for only the women, absolutely not. David has pissed me off since the dawn of time, and Rumpelstiltskin should have died at the end. So, but we'll get to all that.
That's very true. Technically, he does in season 7.
She calls him charming.
Yeah.
And then
aren't you just a regular Prince Charming?
And they become the Charming. So what fucking house do you think David's in? That he takes one little thing and now it's everything.
Aren't you just a regular Prince Charming? Because he'd cut her in a net.
Wow. So
upset
can you
about
imagine them being your favorite ship? Just imagine.
A lot of people love snowing. Like, it's their thing.
A lot of people love Belle and Rumple too. I think you understand my opinion on people.
Do they have a ship name?
I think you know.
I don't know it.
Beauty and the Beast.
I know that they do. I know that they do. I've seen it, but I can't remember it. Rumbel. That's it. Yep.
Horrible.
Disgusting. Anyway.
Rumple. Anyways, back to David. So David's actually like such a piece of shit in season 1.
No, I'm still not done with this. Did you because you watched season 6 even though you hated it. He was full on straight up abusing her. Just like straight up. He was.
What do you mean? Who was doing what?
Rumple and Belle was straight. That was straight up abuse.
We can talk about Rumple in a minute.
Okay, fine. That's right. We are talking about him. Okay.
So when I first started watching, I was like, oh, this is why I hated David. He was such a piece of shit in the first season. And Lauren like somehow did her magical word twisty thing when she wants me to like something she likes and convinced me that he's not really like that, like throughout the rest of the show. And I ended up agreeing with that because he does change a lot over the course of the show. But I will tell you right now, season 1, David could get fucked. So annoying, so rude. What a liar, terrible to women. And then he got them and he was still a liar and a bastard.
Person. No, he wasn't. What are you talking about?
Yes, he was.
When?
He was still a bastard.
When
he got his memories back and he was like, but I still have to try to make it work with the woman that I married. No.
I mean, like, when he remembered he was Prince Charming. Not when he, like, got his memories back.
He was still trying to make it work with the other girl.
No, those were his fucking fake memories. When he had amnesia when he woke up from the coma. And then Regina was all pissy because Mary Margaret was having an affair with him. So she like gave him his fake David Nolan memories back. And that was when he was like, when he remembered he was charming. How
little I give a fuck about any of that, considering the other ones had fake memories and the other people that we've seen as main characters didn't do shit like that with his lying, cheating ass. So I did not like him season 1. I simply did not. He grew on me. I'll tell you when he grew on me.
Here's the thing.
When he became a dad.
Okay, yeah. Here's the thing with David the Gryffindor is that imagine that you... Yes. He is Snow's true love, right? So like his heart knows that deep down. And Regina's magic is doing everything possible to like not let him follow that path. Like her whole curse was that nobody gets their happy ending. His happy ending is with Snow. So like the whole curse is working against that. And especially so for them because Regina fucking hates Snow White. So she's working extra hard to make sure that happy ending never comes to fruition. Yeah. Anyway, so here's what David's going through. Like imagine you like wake up from a coma and you are told that you have a wife that you have no feel like there's nothing there. You have no memories where you have no emotional attachment to her. There's nothing. And there's this other chick who's into you that you're into. So your heart is being like, you love this girl, but every single thing, including Regina's magic, which like keeps like throwing bombs on you to give you more and more reason to logically think this, is going, you love Catherine and you're married to Catherine. So this poor Gryffindor man is no. Listen. It's because he's actually like, you know, we talk about the Gryffindor paradox all the time and y'all do it to yourselves. Like an outside force actually did this one to him, and I feel a little bad for him about it. Like it's not his fault. You feel
bad for him.
It's not his fault that he is like, I'm in love with Snow White. Don't feel bad
for David. He doesn't suffer from the paradox, so we should never feel bad for him.
He doesn't. He's like, he suffers no consequences. Not at all. He's
Zero.
He's like, never mind, I'm going to go with Catherine. And Snow's like, okay, but I still love you. And then he comes back and he's like, never mind, let's try this. So it's like,
I put a lot of thought into the card that I got for you while I was picking out the one for her.
Yeah. No, but for real, he like he's fighting his emotions with logic, and the logic's just not logicking for him because his heart is confused because that's not who he loves, and he never loved her. You're right. The logic's not logicking.
Every time Regina insulted him, it just brought such life to my soul. I mean,
so yeah, the first season's kind of weird because it's not actually who he is. Yeah. It's a cursed version of himself, but he's still a Gryffindor. He's a shit.
I mean, you're not taking that out of him, I'll tell you what. He really, wow, what a stereotype, too. Like, I'm the hero. I'm going to charge in head first. I don't care if I die. If I die, I die. All I care about is my true love and adrenaline and adventure and getting my heart pumping and protecting my family. Like stereotype on stereotype on stereotype. And
I gotta
eventually
protect Mom on
becomes
the farm.
entertaining.
Eventually.
Yo, at least once a fucking season I have to hear about your stupid farm and something new about it. Oh, look, this time Anna's here. This time it's about a dog. Bo Peep is a fucking mafioso. Like, why do I have to keep coming back to this goddamn farm? I can't.
I do like his mom, though.
Yeah, she's fine.
Yeah, she's nice. She fucking died. She fucking died watching him get married. Because she gave the fucking potion to Snow so she could have a baby.
Probably stupid ass Gryffindor too.
Probably.
I have a real listen to me when I say this. I love my house. Love it.
Do you?
There are things though.
I've heard so much abuse that you flung at your own house.
Certain Gryffindors, a certain kind of Gryffindor, really grinds my little gears. And David suffers from it sometimes. Like sometimes, but not as much as his wife.
Like the up his own ass type of Gryffindor.
Yeah.
Very self-righteous.
I tend
and not
to
even he has the audacity to be self-righteous and he's not even tortured by it.
That is part of the problem. Like Lauren and I were discussing earlier today about Gryffindors, and I was saying like confidence is what can definitely make a Gryffindor like really interesting, because the paradox then it starts to make a little bit more sense. You have confidence, but you also have enough sense about you to feel shame for the bad things that you've done in your life and whatever. And with David, it's almost like he doesn't have any shame about anything. Like he's good. He's good with himself. He's good with what he's done. He's in the mines with a tank top, looking like Zoolander, digging for gold, winking at his grandson, covered in sweat, fucking killing me, dying laughing at this ridiculous man. He's so into himself.
He's like, oh, Emma's gone. I guess I'll be sheriff now with like no
badge. Yeah. It should be me.
You worked at the animal hospital, David Nolan. Like, what the fuck?
He's like,
or like
nice Gaston or something.
Yeah, when he's like, guess I'll be king now. And it's like, you're a fucking shepherd, bro. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
But my twin brother was prince, so that means I should be prince. Hello. Logic. I just like can't. Him and Snow are very well matched because she can kind of get like that too. But he's got the whole simpery of a Gryffindor too. Like anything she
and
says
like you
goes.
said, the moment that you liked him was when he was like, Dad. I love David and Emma's relationship.
He's a good
like,
father.
He's just got it in him, like the innate. He's just got it. He loves her. He's like, this is my little girl. I'm gonna protect her. Like nothing. Like Snow has to try really, really. Like she's like, you can call us mom, and like I just want to try again with a new baby. And David's like, this is the kid I got, and I love her. Like I love her.
Yeah, it's like, so genuinely natural.
It matters that I wasn't there. I'm really upset about that, but I'm not like being like, oh, I missed all this shit, and I wasn't there to influence her. He's like, this is the kid that I have. She's right here, and I'm gonna. I love that.
Yeah, I do too. It's a very natural relationship because he's not working at it so hard. He's just like, this is me, this is her, and we're gonna love each other no matter what. It's my kid. And I like that a lot. Like Snow obviously thinks about it a lot more, and she has so many more regrets about how things were done. Like as y'all should. You put a baby in a fucking tree and sent it off. Like so dumb. I'm so done.
One of them was supposed to go with her. To be fair, it got fucked
honestly,
up.
It should have never. He should have never put her in without getting in with her.
It was dying.
Like, ridiculous, and they both. I know, but they both like forgive each other for it, and they're both like cool with it. Like that would have ended my marriage. So I don't know. I've like very much through watching this show had enough of Gryffindors like sacrificing what they love for the greater good, because this is the thing that like the hero complexes will do.
Yeah, like I have to give my child their best chance. The
greater good is called their best chance on this show. That's exactly what it is. And it's like so fucking insufferable. Like absolutely not. You should burn the world down for what you want, or sacrifice yourself. That's a respectable Gryffindor. We'll get there later. I'm not there yet. I'm still on David and his wife.
There was nothing they could have done, Rachel, in the curse situation. Like, if they'd left Emma there with them, she would have been cursed too, and nobody ever would have gotten out of it. Yeah, but they could have been separated, like Jefferson and Grace.
Lauren,
like
5 curses came after that, and they were holding fucking baby Neil on the tit for every single one of them. I don't want to hear it.
That's not what the curse did, though. This curse was meant to like stop happy endings, so Emma probably wouldn't have been their child in like the new cursed world.
That's your responsibility as a parent to help her find her happy ending. Then
they don't know. They lost their memory. What are you talking about? So that's why they put her in the wardrobe.
The town and that's why they put her in the wardrobe.
Yeah, but part of it was that she would have been cursed as well. And if she was cursed, then the curse never would have been broken for everybody, including Emma. Like she never would have gotten back to her parents because they would have been in curse. You're right.
So in my dumbass fucking brain, with my dumbass couple slogan, I will always find you, that's going to apply to the baby, the newborn baby that I just pushed out of me and put into a tree. Blind faith is telling me that I'm good and good conquers evil and I will find my baby again. Like, no, call CPS. Call CPS right now. You should have kept your baby with you. They pissed me off with that. I'm not budging.
Her. They would have lost her. They would have lost her. They would have been separated. And then they never would have had the curse broken. So they would have been separated forever.
And figure it out when you get over there. They figured it out without her. Emma showed us.
Emma would have been an infant forever because nobody ever grew up in that town.
They showed us she woke up without Emma being there. Snow woke up. Charming woke up. They just showed us that.
She woke up with that stupid fucking flower.
And it happened. That's my point.
They couldn't know that was going to happen. They were giving her best chance.
Exactly. Oh, if you say it one more time, your best chance is with your mother and father when you're a day old.
They wouldn't have been her mother and father, is what I'm telling you, though.
Send you with the wooden boy into the woods. Great parenting. They wouldn't have been her mother and father. And fucking Sebastian Stan found his kid. It all got reunited. My point is,
after the curse was broken, he wasn't cursed.
If they would have found the flower, I'm already right because they did find the flower.
I think that flower was fucking stupid, and they retconned.
Don't matter if it's stupid; it happened.
Also, they didn't know. They didn't know that such a thing existed. The fucking blue fairy was telling them this is the only way that you will ever see your daughter again.
That blue bitch of a little fairy with her weird jellyfish outfit. Also, sometimes is fucking. Don't even get me started on her because she's an asshole character.
She
is. And also,
I don't think she was meant to be either, but she was such a huge
asshole. And on top of that, she had something to gain from that, so she doesn't give a fuck what she tells them. She wants to be the savior. And so easily impersonated. What did she gain? The curse is broken in 28 years. She wants the curse broken. The other thing is Regina's mother impersonated her so easily, like nothing. So you're weak. Because people can't impersonate fucking Regina or Rumple. I'll tell you that right now.
Are you talking about Cora or are you talking about Rumple's mom?
No, I'm talking about the blue fairy.
The person who impersonated her. You're talking about the black fairy impersonating the blue fairy, right?
No, Regina's mother impersonated her and got Snow to kill. Yeah, and that's how Snow White's mother died.
Oh, with the candle. Yeah. No. She didn't. No, Snow White's mother died because of Cora, and then she came and tried to get. She tried to get Snow. She tried to get Snow to turn her heart black by using the candle, and then Snow didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on, Snow killed that bitch.
And she's a weak bitch, and also a bitch in general. I don't like the Blue Fairy. I'm not a Blue Fairy fan. I don't know. Do people like her?
Anybody? I don't know.
I don't know. Get better faves.
In most fics I read, she's like a malicious character.
Interesting. I get that vibe as well. I don't like her.
Like she's manipulating shit.
And so judgy and Catholic. I can say that I'm Catholic.
She's a nun in the cursed world.
Yeah.
She's Mother Superior. That's what it is,
right? She's triggering my religious trauma, guys. I'm triggered. Get her away from me.
Mother Superior. Fucking Tinkerbell did not deserve any of the shit that she did to her.
Nope.
Like, what the fuck?
Nope.
What the fuck? Man. I love Tinkerbell in that show.
Yeah, she's super cute.
Mm-hmm. I love her generally.
Lauren's not going to agree with me, but I wanted to see her and Captain Hook do the do for real.
I feel like they did I feel like they did in Neverland.
I didn't get to see it though, so it doesn't count.
I feel like they did. He was all Lady Bell.
Chemistry.
And then he came out of her room when Emma was right there, and he was like, perhaps. And Emma was like, the fuck? Perhaps.
says, hot ladies only. All his women have been very sexy. So, all right. We've gone off.
Let's talk about David again.
Don't talk about Mila to me on this holy day of your birthday episode. The worst character on the entire show. The worst.
Worse than Belle?
Worse than Belle.
Wow.
Like worse than her as a person character, you know? But like Belle significantly is more annoying to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not a dig at her accent. That's just like her stupid words that come out of her stupid mouth. Like the dumbass thoughts she thinks.
Belle did the give my kid the best chance shit too.
Yeah, I hate that bitch. I don't know. Well, yeah, I hate her.
Yeah, I know, but Mila didn't do that. She was like, it's for me and me only. Fuck my kid.
Yeah, Mila's worse. Mila's worse.
All right.
I cannot. I actually cannot get into Mila. I can't. So
loved her. She must have had some redeeming qualities because that man.
You want her redeeming qualities that she's super hot. Super hot.
I think also she like could, match wits and he was into that.
Yeah, I'm sure she gave great sloppy toppy. Anyway, let's move back to David, who after spectacularly failed at saving his daughter's life the first time, came back like a hero 28 years later, came out of a coma, did all this shit, blah, 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 shoved the hair of him and Snow White up a dragon's ass after stealing her baby, after like sending her baby to
George's
another dimension and making it evil. Yo, one night we're just laying in bed and we're watching the episode where they send... wait for this. They send Maleficent's baby into Earth, right? And they're like, all of Emma's bad shit's going into that baby. I don't care. And this poor little baby's hand comes out of the egg, and I was like,
wait, it's not a dragon?
I have to this day not forgiven them for this, but it's okay. Anyway, that implies
it wasn't. Snow convinced David. I'm telling you, he wouldn't have done it. He wouldn't have done it. He had the dream that was good because he's a good
first
parent.
Of all, I agree with you.
No, listen, we're gonna talk about the dream because that dream's important for him.
But let me finish what George said because it was really funny. Mm-hmm. So I'm laying in bed with George and he's watching and he's like, they just turned her baby evil, took it away from her. And he's like, if my calculations about the timeline are correct, they not only stole her baby and sent it the fuck away.
He texted me. He had to ask me when it happened. I told him when it happened. I was like, no, this is the timeline.
So after he checked it with Lauren, he's like, so they did that after shoving the two hairs of themselves, the people who took her baby from her, up her dragon ass for Emma to go and cut out later. Like, it's demonic shit. They're demonic sometimes. Don't let anyone tell you that Gryffindors are always good. They be doing some evil shit. That was evil. That was twisted. That was bad.
David would not have done it if not for Snow.
What I've learned about David through watching this is his first instinct is usually correct. And then Snow comes in and goes, no, David, we can't do it that way, David. Ew, David. Actually, no. Our true love is the thing that matters the most. Like, notice how Emma never tries to kiss one of her parents to wake them up out of his sleep like Henry can wake her up out of his sleep because they only fucking care about each other. Anyway.
She they were all worried about like Emma her innate good or badness. I don't remember what got this bug up Snow's ass, but she started freaking out that Emma might be
the vision.
Evil. No,
the vision of Emma pulling her heart out.
No. They went and touched the unicorn because they were worried about this. So something got
Sorcerer's Apprentice said
something got a bug up her ass. Oh yeah, that's right. Somebody had the Sorcerer Apprentice's heart. Who had it? Somebody had his heart and made him.
I don't remember shit
Somebody
anymore.
had his heart and made him do that spell. I don't remember who it was.
What I can tell you is they were demons for doing that to that little baby, even if it was dragon baby.
Because the Sorcerer's Apprentice was really upset about it. He's like, "Why the fuck did you make me do that?" Like, I'm really upset. I don't remember who it was. Was it Rumple? Maybe he does everything. But they were like, to know if your baby is good or bad, go and touch a unicorn, and the unicorn will like give you vision. So David goes, and his little vision is like skipping through the flowers with 11-year-old Emma.
Perfection.
Yeah, and Snow says that Emma rips out her heart and goes, "I never loved you," and then crushes it or something. Yeah. And I told Rachel, bro, this happened because David's a good parent. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, without David, or with if Snow had not been there freaking out, like David would have raised her fine. It would have been fine.
Yeah, it would have been. I really believe that.
Can you believe
everything that David has
like
done wrong
is because of fucking Snow? Fucking, I cannot believe they named their second child Neil. After Emma told them what he did to her, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's your new baby brother's name. Like, say his name every day, bitch. Hold him in your arms."
Awful, like,
awful. Fuck.
Horrible.
Fix have literally changed his name. Like everybody has collectively agreed that his name is Leo. So.
Imagine your mom naming your little brother after that, like after what you went through with that guy and just suffered that loss and everything. Like, the family tree on the show is bonkers. It's Targaryen level.
Everybody's related to Henry.
So weird. But I don't know. David's like one of those characters that you're watching the show, and while you're watching it, you're like, there's another Gryffindor thing he did just there.
Yeah.
There's another Gryffindor thing he just did there.
He's really right. Actually, at the beginning, when we were watching season 1, Rachel wanted to be a Hufflepuff so bad. I was like, Rachel, I'm really sorry about this, but like...
No, I want him to be a Slytherin. I was getting Steve Rogers from him. You
told me
and you were
Hufflepuff
like,
too.
I don't know. I wanted him to be a Slytherin, though. That was what I wanted. Because I was like, I don't need this guy who's walking around like literally like, I'm going to be the hero to be a Gryffindor. Like, I don't need that in my life. So I was trying to be like, all right, what other vibe am I getting from him? The other vibe I got from him was Steve Rogers.
Steve Rogers, yeah.
In the first season, but as we all know, David significantly like changes.
It's not the real David.
Yeah.
First David.
So, as the show progressed, it was very difficult to deny. Near impossible. So he's like
fucking musical episode when he's like, "Wow, my voice is so good."
It was though. He's always right. Oh my god. I love, like, honestly, I know you love Hook, but I love how he is as a father with Hook, where he's just like, a pirate's not going to be with my daughter. Yeah. Like, he didn't
Except
even
he's fucking
need
mean
to have.
He gets a little mean. I'm like, this is enough. This is enough.
But
he's very protective of Emma. Yeah, he's protective of Emma. Yeah. And Hook was a villain, in quotation marks, at the beginning. Like, he certainly wasn't working with them. So.
Yeah, so he made it hard, but Hook did a lot for him in Neverland.
He did. And that bitch still yelled at him.
David did come around a little bit more to him.
He did. They're bros. Saw it in season 6. They're bros.
Gryffindors always kind of look at you sideways,
except
like, should I trust you?
But he does the Gryffindor thing too, where he's like, help me sneak into my daughter's shed, or I'm not going to believe that you're a good person. Shut up.
I know.
Pirates.
Listen.
And Hook's like, bro, you cannot keep doing this. You cannot keep doing this, bro. Like, am I good? Bad? Like, I don't even care anymore.
Yeah.
Like,
yes, I killed your father. My bad.
To be honest, I didn't even remember that happened. Like, didn't realize I needed to be making amends for it. Now I will. Sorry.
Because of the Gryffindor David is, I was really expecting him to hold a grudge for that. I really was like, oh, he's going to be so mad.
Well, I mean, it's so fucking Gryffindor of him to be like shaped by the fact that like his father was a drunk that like went off and got in a car accident or whatever. Yeah. And then fucking evil Queen Regina shows up and is like, what if somebody killed him? And that's like his obsession for that. Like, bro, just let it go. Like, I know that this is your whole identity, but Snow even was like, let it go.
Yeah. And I mean, that's kind of the problem for that like 4-episode long issue David was having. Well, he just left Snow asleep. He's like, good night, bitch. I got a mission. Just fucking went to find daddy, figure out his daddy issues, if they're the correct kind of daddy issues. Do I need to switch to a hero worshipping Gryffindor of my father, or do I need to still hate you and despise you? And he like gets the full story and everything. And I think because he made peace with it, he was able to not be angry at Killian, but he was pretty like, he presents as the type to have been mad at him. So I
was going to say, I think a lot of it too, because he was ready to kill King George. He was like, fuck this guy. I think part of it was that Killian is his friend and that Emma loves him. And he was like, God damn it. So, like, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. He comes around to being like really good with Hook too. And like they do have a genuine friendship, a genuine bond. It's really nice. And you want that, you know. Like, as Emma, you want that. And that helped me like David more, too. Like, that he's constantly.
The way Henry
it's always
immediately
about
started
what's good
calling
for
him
Emma.
Gramps. And he
Oh,
was
and
so
he was
into
so
it.
ready
He was
for it,
so
man.
into it.
Yo, no, you know what? His Gryffindor ass was so funny when Emma was like, they came back from the curse, but Henry didn't have his memories back, and she was like, he doesn't really want to hang out with you today
because you're not
really
cool. Oh yeah, he lets him
You're
drive
not
the truck.
fun. Dave's like, fun? I'm fun. Then who's fun? And it's Hook. Like Henry would rather be with Hook, and David's like, absolutely not. I'm taking you illegally driving. I'm the fucking sheriff. Get in the car. I'm going to show you what fun is. Just so Gryffindor. Like, you question me how cool I am? You question how cool and fun I am? And yeah, they like crashed into mailboxes and shit. Committed felonies. It was great. He's a great grandpa. I love that. I love that immediately. Grandpa, and he's like, yes, that's me. That's my title. That's my role. Like, he just so much wants to be, he wants the family unit so bad. And he's so good in it. Like, it's so genuine for him. I really appreciate that about his character. I came to really love that about him. So I don't hate him as much as I did when I went in. All right? Snow White and Charming fans. All right?
Fine.
You can't tell me he's not annoying.
I think he's amusing. I think he's amusing. I don't know.
He's very amusing, but he can also be annoying.
Well, yeah, every character can be annoying.
Oh, what do you mean? Don't make that argument.
All right,
Come on. Yeah, he can just, the self-righteousness of it all. Like, the way Regina insults him is the way I would insult him. Like, okay, Charming. Right. Okay, with your fucking pea brain. Like, just make fun of him all the time. But he has really excellent instincts. He's usually right. His gut is usually right. He just gets talked out of it by his wife. And yeah, he's an all-around good dude. Solid dude.
He's a big wife guy, but not in a good way.
Not in a hot way, you mean?
Yeah, he's like a simpy wife guy. He's not a like, that's my wife guy.
Yeah.
We will introduce one of those. So
it will always find you.
He's like a my wife says I can't go out drinking tonight, guys, wife guy. Not like a
It's just like, when you're reading a romance novel or a fic or whatever you're into, and the couple gets together and then it's like several chapters of fluff after. And you're like, okay, I do want to see them together for a second, and I want to see whatever.
Exactly what you're talking about.
Snow and Charming, it's too long. It just goes on it's so much. It's really like, ugh. It's like, it rots my teeth after a while. But whatever. I mean, there's worse ships out there. If that's your favorite, fine.
Very true.
It's not my fave. Do you have anything else to say about David? I feel like we should.
What do you mean? It's been 40 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Have I been ranting that long about him? All right.
We started ranting about other people in between there.
True. So then, did we really give him the time he deserved?
Anyway, continuing with Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah, I guess we should go into Rumple. All right. Birthday girl has spoken. All right, dearie. Every sorting comes with a prize.
Every magic comes with a prize.
With a prize. I mean, listen, guys, right now in your heads, he's a logic house. Which one is it? Which fucking one is it? Which is it? I'm very excited about it, so I think you can tell that which one it is, dearie. What a maniac. A bastard man.
He's a bastard man.
Real. What a bastard man.
A lot of the time I'm just laughing at what he does, but sometimes it pisses me off and I want to kill him. Which is a Ravenclaw, I think, summed up.
Now,
I think summed up.
A huge Ravenclaw. Ravenclaw. Now I can understand if you look at him and go, oh, Slytherin at first. No, absolutely not. Humongo Ravenclaw. And my Ravenclaw husband, that's his favorite character until the last season or two. Like, even George was annoyed with him. Because it's like, fucking enough, man. Enough of this.
George was annoyed with him?
Very.
Wow.
George doesn't even get that annoyed by Homelander.
At what point?
Because
dude, I told you I put Rumple past Homelander on the scale.
He is.
Because
he's
insane enough to love people and still just like
not give a fuck. Not give a shit. I know what point it was. It was oh my god, wait, I just fucking had it and now it's gone. It's one of the times where it's like the last time he manipulates Belle. It's like the last time out of the 800 times.
In season 6?
I think it was 5. It was sometime in Hades. Like right before Hades, when he got his power back and he was lying to everyone. That's what it was. When Hook and all of them were in the underworld and he came back.
Oh, fuck him. Oh, when he said, fuck you, Hook, in your sacrifice?
Yep. Yep.
Oh, I could have killed him.
Yep.
I would have killed him.
That Emma even pissed George off. He was like,
Emma was going to kill him.
He was like, dude, get a life. Like, what? Because here's the thing. You watch Rumple's story, and if it ended the way it did with Pan, when they like went off together to die together, you can be like, oh, all right, sick redemption arc. Okay, cool.
Right.
Everything was for Neil. All right.
Yeah.
Now Neil's long dead. What are you doing? He's like, I'm going to go out into the world and take over it. Like, why? Why, bro? Like,
what does he want with us?
Can you stop?
What does he want with us? Like, what are we?
Yeah, like, why? Stay out of my city, brother. Like, I don't think so.
No, I will say right now. So, like, Rumple's system is obviously power, but it's specifically magically induced power. He doesn't want to be like a fucking king or whatever. He's like, magic is power. Like, magic is power. I want all of the magic.
Listen, guys, on this show, just assume magic is crack. It does to people what crack does. It's a drug, okay? And he's the biggest crackhead of all. Like, of all. And he just can't kick the habit. Like, this man's obsessed with magic. And it comes to a point, it's so funny, like, towards the end, where he's just like, I try to be a good man, and I can't be. And Belle's like, I know, Rumple, we tried, save Gideon. And, he's like, all right, Belle, I'm trying to do the right thing. And like, but I can't because I'm not a good man. Rumple, I know you tried. He's just like kind of accepts that he's a shithead. Like he's like, I'm not even gonna bother tricking you anymore. Like, it's too much, dude.
I'm not even gonna bother.
I can't hear you. You've reached such a high pitch. I don't know what you're saying.
I said I'm not even gonna bother tricking you. He really does. He gives her that stupid fucking plastic dagger.
Yeah.
And she's carrying it around like it's real.
Yeah. And she's like, I don't want to use this, Rumple. I don't want this kind of power. I only want books. No, Belle. I trust you, Belle. I trust you with my life and with my dagger. Because I love you, Belle. Oh, Rumple, you really are a good man. Like, in the back of his head is the little demon, like, dearie. Like,
there is a man behind the beast.
That fucking scene of them in the Beauty and the Beast clothes.
Fucking, oh god. I was just watching because I say rewatch season 2. I fast forward through everything that didn't have Killian in it. But the fucking Lacey, like Belle's just got a thing for old men because Lacey was super into like this 60-year-old man too. Like she got some daddy issues.
This show knew the way that the boys knows that Homelander is their golden goose. They knew Rumpelstiltskin was their golden goose. And so they were like, all right, every magical bitch in this world's gonna want him. Like Regina wanted him. Zelina wanted him.
Let's have sex. No, he
fucked their mom.
They gave him Jesus Christ. He did. They gave him multiple characters too. He's Rumpelstiltskin. He's the crocodile. He's the beast.
Mr. Gold.
Yeah, Mr. Gold. Yeah, he's got a multiple arsenal of fairy tale characters going on there.
And truly, guys, he's a phenomenal actor.
And other shit too. Like
amazing.
Basically, like if shit happened in the Enchanted Forest, it was Rumpelstiltskin. So he was actually Cinderella's fairy godmother, and he was like he knew all the shit that was going down. Here's it. So
you got a baby? Give me that baby. And the baby has a purpose.
Oh, what am I gonna do with that baby, dear?
For real, though.
Oh, what am I gonna do with the baby?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I want to. So Ravenclaws cannot be hypocritical. So here's the thing about him too, that he keeps going around going, "Not in magic comes with a price," but he like keeps doing magic. He's like, "But not for me."
Yep. Call an ambulance, but not for me, dearie. Yo, he's too much.
No, so okay. So here's like Mr. Goldish, like, I don't even care. Rumpelstiltskin is where it's at, where he's like the really good. Like, Mr. Gold does shit and he's fucking annoying. Sorry, I have to throw this in too before we go back to Rumpelstiltskin. I just want to say one of the super fucking things with David is that Selena's fucking time travel curse, where she needed like courage and a brain and a heart, like, because it was all the 3 elements of Oz or whatever. Fucking David was the courage. Like, it was so on the nose. This lady showed up in town, hadn't even been there for a day, and was like, "That man will give me the courage elements."
My God.
Anyway, so
this is what I'm talking. That's why I didn't want him in there, Lauren. It was so on the fucking nose. The whole thing.
So Rumpelstiltskin. He is so good at what he wants to do. So he loses his son, and it's his fault. This is the thing about Rumple too, and I think it's also very Ravenclaw, that he's like, he does not lie to you. And if he makes a deal with you, he does the deal. So like all of these characters, like, he's going to, he probably is tricking you, but they're like, oh, he's going to like not follow through. Or like, he's going to do it. Like, that's his thing. He does deals. So the only deal that he ever broke is that he became the Dark One, because he's the village coward and he won't go fight in the Ogre Wars because the seer told him that he wouldn't be there for her son or whatever. So he cripples himself, and then he's a coward and his wife hates him forever. And they were conscripting children to go fight in the Ogre Wars. So he goes off and becomes the Dark One so that he can kill all the ogres before Bae gets, drafted, I guess, to go, because the Enchanted Forest is fucking weird. But so he before his 13-year-old son gets drafted to go fight the 50-foot tall ogres, he becomes the Dark One and kills all the ogres so that his son is not in trouble. But then, magic is cracked, so he
it sure is.
And he was treated like the village coward before he became the Dark One. So he has all these people that he has a bit of a grudge with, that he's like, "Now you're a slug." Anyway, Bae doesn't like this because nobody will be his friend. It's very isolating because his daddy's a scary man.
Later seasons, Bae is a bitch. I didn't like that casting.
Oh, in season 6 when they couldn't use the same kid?
That's not Neil. Mm-mm. You can't convince me.
It's not.
Continue.
They did their best. Anyway, so the first kid that they had was really good.
So good.
Who was like his voice cracking at the portal. "You promise to go to land. Yeah. It's the only way."
And he was great with Killian too.
Yes.
He was good.
I just watched that episode. Anyway, so Bae is like, "If I find a way to get to a land without magic so that you're not magical anymore and nobody else is magical and we can be together and nobody's afraid of us, will you do it?" And he's like, "Yes." And you can see that he regrets it as soon as he says it. But he loves his son so much. So he's like, "Yes, I will." And then I really like doing this, so you liked it too.
You're good at the high pitched one.
I can do his little trill at the end. I'm
all right with. I can do Mr. Gold. I can't do Rumple.
You were getting close. But anyway, so Bae, I think it's the blue fairy bitch, gives him a magic bean. Yeah, she does. She shows up and she's like, "Yeah, let's get rid of the fucking Dark One." So she gives Bae a magic bean, and he's like, "We can go to the land without magic," and he throws it in the ground, and then Rumple's like, "No." So then this bitch didn't go through. He lost his son.
So now I have to set the fucking world on fire. Well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions.
That's a meme. So he has to get to the land without magic, which is really hard to do. So he he sets forth this convoluted ass plan that takes like 50 years, and it involves him manipulating literally every single person in the Enchanted Forest.
Every animal, literally. Every human. And let me tell y'all something.
He doesn't.
He didn't write this down.
No, he didn't.
Nowhere.
He didn't.
He was all in his head.
He went and he took the seer's powers. You remember? He went and visited the seer and was like, tell me what happens. And she was like, the path diverges. And he was like, I'm going to make it the path that I want. And then no, he does. He fucking like he manipulates Cora. He manipulates Regina. He like gets all of these people, and it all leads up to this point where he just wants this fucking curse done, so that he can get to the land without magic. And he writes in a failsafe because the curse makes you forget who you are. So he writes in the failsafe of Emma as the savior, and when he hears her name, it unlocks his memories, and he remembers who he is, and then Emma is the one who's going to break the curse, and then he just wants to get to Bay. So this man's fucking crazy.
No, truly.
He did it too.
Truly.
He did it. Like,
so I don't know when Lauren got to Ravenclaw for him. Like, I don't.
Immediately.
I have no idea during your rewatch. So yeah, so it's for me, it was pretty immediate too, because it's kind of like, as the mystery is unraveling of who he is, who he was, and you're understanding how the curse came to be and why, this man, it's just a chessboard. Your life, your loved ones, where you live, the people care. You love, the things you do, you're a game. You're a pawn.
Don't care. He's not explaining shit to anybody either. Like, when he's doing his little deals with, like, David, and David's like, why do you want a piece of my hair? He's like, it's worth it to me.
Yep. That's for me to know.
You have to find out. Yeah.
Like, literally, man. And the second you see the way he has set up the chessboard, he cannot be any other fucking house. And also, I'm going to give y'all a little hack for sorting your Ravenclaw. If they don't fucking explain themselves to you or to other characters ever, but it still works out somehow, it's a Ravenclaw. They don't have the time or the respect for you sometimes.
They can't slow down.
Sit down
they
and
can't slow down
it to you.
Yeah.
Their brains physically cannot slow down enough to get you there. So for Rumple, who's like all the way the most extreme version of a Ravenclaw, everyone is beneath him and below him. I don't even care how much he loves Belle. You're not going to tell me that he sees her as an equal. She's a pet.
No,
she's his dog. That's how I feel
that's
about
part
it.
Of the
he does not respect
like,
her.
He picks magic over her every single time. Like, literally at the end of season 5, when he's got her trapped in the fucking box asleep, and he's got to choose between the crystal and her box, and the box gets sucked into the portal, and he's like, how did that happen? As he's like running for the crystal. Like, what the fuck, man?
He's so bad, dude. He's so bad.
And his whole thing in season 6 is like, I will not lose another son. I will not have another son. It's like, dude, maybe stop being like this.
Yeah. I can't lose another son, so I'm going to go ahead and do exactly all the same stupid, terrible shit that I did.
Yep.
I'm not going to be a better man for his mother.
No.
I'm not going to be a better man for anybody.
It doesn't sound like it'll
myself.
Work. Doesn't sound like it'll work.
No. He's not interested in being a better man, Belle, because he doesn't want to be a man.
He's not.
He wants to be a magical thing. That's all he wants. He wants to be a chaos goblin.
He's really
the definition.
And every time the show tried to convince us that he wanted to better himself, I was like, who the fuck are you trying to fool? Like, that's not who he is. Me. Like, yeah, but when he was like, Henry is my grandson, but also Henry is going to be my undoing or whatever, and they did that whole arc where he's like, actually, he's
that kid, bro.
He like fucking when Hook shows up and stabs him in the chest in New York, and Henry's like crying. He's like, Mr. Gold, are you gonna be okay? He's like, you did this, you fucking kid. It's like,
yup. Because I'm telling you flat out, guys, the only true loves of his life are his children. They're the ones that he will totally sacrifice himself for. It's Neil, and then it becomes Gideon too.
Yeah, I just saw the fucking episode where Neil gets sucked into the Enchanted Forest, and they have to go to his castle to find a way back to Henry and Emma or whatever. And he picks up the staff, and he's like, "It's blood magic. Family's always really important to my dear old ass." I think it's more like, just because you're his blood, he's like,
it is, but I don't think he loves Henry the way he loves his children. And I think so much of that is because of what his father did to him. But also, when he walked back through those doors after fucking himself up in the Ogre Wars, he immediately fell in love with Bae. Like immediately, he was
Well, I
right
mean,
away
he crippled,
like, I'm
he
gonna
crippled
be
himself for
amazing to
Bay.
you. Yeah, so he wants his son and then also Gideon at some point. He wants them both to know how far he's willing to go for them and how much he really does love them. So I could see that the one true regret of his life was leaving Bay to go to the other world without him. It is the one thing I think he truly does regret. Like, and that's what made those few seasons so compelling with his character, because you saw like
what's really funny too, though, is
there's something behind the chaos mask.
Oh,
but it's just for his kid.
He gets Bay to storybook, and then so I just saw this thing with Neil where Neil is like, "You fucking did all this work to get me here, and now you're like refusing to talk to me, or like, you know, like you're just not interacting with me." And he is like, that's the other thing too. Like the magical power masks that. He is a coward at heart, especially in his relationships. Like, he is not going to put himself out there. It's just not going to happen.
No. And not for Belle. Like, this is why I don't understand the love for this ship.
No, here's the thing with him. Like, he knew he could do whatever fucking shit he wanted. And that bitch was always going to come back. They get married, and then she finds out he was lying about the dagger or whatever. And so she's like, my ex-husband. I'm like, hon, that's not how it works. Like, he knows he's still got you.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. You're legally still bound.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Yeah.
My ex-husband.
Even when she gets a backbone.
He loses it.
Even when she tries to get a backbone, like lives on Hook's ship and everything, and like he's giving her side eye, bombastic side eye, criminal offensive side eye. She's still like so tied to him. She's constantly talking about him, thinking about him. Then she goes,
like, "Girlie, what are you
has
doing?
This goddamn baby. Now you're really tied to him forever."
Yeah, sit down and talk to Killian. What are you doing here? He's like, "You want some rum?" She's like, "Oh, I'm pregnant." He's like, "Oh, you're boring."
Yeah. Yeah. He's just so interesting. And I really hate what happened with this character, because I liked where it was headed, where he was more of a help than a hindrance. And he just becomes this character that's like, no, I really want to just take over the world. Like, that's genuinely what I want. Like, I should run the world. And then
which is so
I think
stupid
they knew,
and generic.
I think they knew it wasn't a good plot, so they gave Belle a baby. And then Gideon became the new mission, because they saw Rumple's the most endearing when there's a kid involved, like his kid's involved. We can't bring back Neil, and we can't raise the stakes high again for Neil, so they do the whole Gideon storyline. They even shove his mother in there, which, you know, she really freaked me out. Like, she was giving me
the Blackberry.
Really weird vibes. Yeah,
well, she
I don't
was
like
supposed
her
to
at
be
all.
Weird vibes. She was not a good person.
Just uncanny.
I did
valley
her
type
fucking
shit.
weird ass origin story. I was like, who? In what logical world? Who are you fooling here?
It was
just like,
bad.
I'll kill all the children, and that way none of the children will come from my child. Okay. And the fairies were like, really no, that's not what we thought was happening.
And then you see what a freak his mother is, and what a complete piece of human garbage his father is, and you're kind of like, yeah, that'll fuck you up good, huh?
It's not like he's spending any time with him.
Crazy. I know, but like, it's in him, huh?
It's in him.
The genetics popped out, like. For real, though, especially when he got that crack in his system, that magic, that good, he went crazy, bro. He went crazy. Like, as the Dark One, it's completely unhinged. Like, there's a reason.
I love the Dark One,
it's not just because they love the actor. There's a reason that the Dark One presents to Emma and Killian as Rumpelstiltskin. Like, it could have presented
he was the
as
last
any of the other Dark Ones.
It presents as the last Dark One. Well, okay, but that's an excuse.
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, it's the last one. It's the one you see.
We'll have to look that up later, because I don't think that's true.
It is.
I for real don't think that's true.
He literally says it in the show.
Girl, whatever. If you say so. I don't think so. I think it's just that
like,
he is
my name
so
was on the
that.
dagger last. I mean, it was just a good excuse. It's just a good excuse for them to do it.
But to me, it was so fitting, man. Like, he embodies it so much more. He went farther than every Dark One before him. He accomplished more, like, darkness than the others before him.
Killian almost beat him. Killian almost beat him. He could have if he wanted to. He was right there.
Yeah, he could have. crocodile.
No, I mean, when he was the dark one, he would have been the dark one that accomplished the most.
I know. I just wanted to say crocodile like Killian. Crocodile.
The crocodile. Skin
Man,
myself a croc.
Bad.
Revenge is gonna be mine.
I don't know why I'm not attracted to this man.
I don't know either, but
I don't
it's fine.
get it.
It's fine with me. Leave him alone.
It's because he's a little Charlie Kelly to me. Like, it's so...
He's not a little...
He's so Charlie Kelly.
He's not.
He's little, cute little Irishmen, you know? They're adorable. It's just... It's more for Lauren than me.
Talking about Colin. He's also tall.
We are.
5'10". Yeah, 5'10".
All right. If you call that tall.
There are some scenes on the show where whatever they've got him in really narrows his shoulders, and I was like, "Oh, you're a tiny little man." I don't like that. I want the coat.
Small.
I want the coat with the collar and the leather pants.
Sorry, I went away somewhere. You were describing the look, and it's exactly Ben Barnes' look in Shadow and Bone, and it's.
Back?
I'm here. I'm here.
All right.
I'm back. All right. Shall we move on to the man of the hour?
To. Oh my God, I've been anticipating this so much. Now I'm nervous.
Where does Killian Jones go? Is he?
I don't want to say it.
Is he a Hufflepuff where he's longing for a sense of purpose, a place to dock his boat permanently, to join a crew forever? Because ultimately,
sense of purpose.
Ultimately, a pirate's always looking for his crew. And could we say that it's community driving him? No.
Purpose hits him over the head and spits on him and calls him a bitch. Is
he a Ravenclaw where his system is good form? Everything must be done with honor and good form. Everything he sees is through I'm not even continue down that. Is he a Slytherin? Could be, man. He's got some of that dog in him. I'll tell you that. He's got some of that Slytherin in him, but not enough, bitch. Where does he go, Lauren?
I don't want to say.
He's a Griffin.
He needed a Slytherin. I could have been there for him.
Hey, shout out to Anna. You got them all right. Like, she replied the other day on Twitter. She was like, here's why. Back that shit up with facts. Our friend Anna on Twitter, which more of you should be our friends on Twitter and come talk to us. But Anna got them all right. So good job, girl. Hook is a fucking huge Gryffindor. We've been talking about this for months, guys.
Years.
It's like
literally every time I've spoken about a Gryffindor on the show, I've kept myself from saying like Killian Jones because he's such a good.
I know. I'm so happy it's over.
He's
the NDA
such
has
a
lifted.
good.
Yo, Lauren goes to me. She's like, if I didn't say that he was a Gryffindor before you watched the show, would you have put him in Gryffindor? I was like, where else is he going to go? Definition of a Gryffindor. And the kind I like, guys. The kind I like. He's my people. He's in like him. My area, like our neighborhood's touch. Yeah. Our kids are in the same school district.
He's like two houses down from you. Uh-huh. Yeah. Like two houses down the street.
He's my favorite guy to see out walking his dog. Like, I love Killian Jones. He's a good ass character. Look, I'm proud to have him. How many times do you guys hear me say, I don't want this one? Like, I'm proud of this one, bro. I understand how his mind works. I understand his decisions. Everything he does, I'm like straight up same,
He's always
bitch.
right.
Like, I love it. Mm-hmm. Always right.
Always right.
Always right.
Was never a villain. Never did anything wrong. I don't know.
At all.
I don't know what people thought was going on there. He was a pirate. Pirates kill people.
Yeah. You all fucking shiver your timbers for Captain Jack Sparrow all those years, but not for Killian Jones? Not a villain, man. Like, did he kill? Yeah. So did every other character on the goddamn show. Like,
true. What am I supposed to do about it? What am I supposed to do about it? Why are you so obsessed with his past?
Wait, for real. Why did we make fun of Regina for being a genocidal maniac? She wasn't. She didn't kill any of them.
Yes, she did. Rachel, she killed so many people.
She killed here and there.
Rachel.
But she didn't kill en masse.
She did, as the evil queen. She absolutely wiped out.
You know what? This isn't about her. We're talking about Captain Hook, not my wife. We're talking about the other wife guy. That's my wife. We're talking about the other wife guy.
Wife. I'm Killian Jones, and that's my wife.
Yeah, you gotta put that on a shirt, bro.
I'm gonna.
What?
Say it every day before I go to sleep.
Let's talk about Killian.
Let's start at the beginning.
From the beginning, was in the King's
he's a child.
Army.
No, he's a child. He's a child with his brother. His dad put them on a merchant ship, and they thought it was a little fun adventure. And it turns out their daddy's a fucking fugitive. And he sits next to Killian because Killian's afraid of the storm. And he's like, "Close your eyes. Imagine something nice. I'll be here in the morning when you wake up. It'll be all good." And then he wakes up in the morning and his dad is gone. And the captain of the ship's like, "Guess what? You're a fucking slave now." That was the first moment that awakened it within this man. Give him free agency or he will lose it. He will lose his mind. He was like an indentured servant on a ship for years and years and years and years. And he was a drunk and I don't blame him. Like, what the fuck? And then Liam was like, "Let's go to the Navy and we'll get out of this shit." So they managed to go to the Navy, and then the fucking king who owned the Navy was like, "Go to Neverland and find this dream shade, and then it's a good medicine that will save all the people." And then it turns out that it's poison, and his fucking idiot fucking stick up his ass self-righteous brother gets himself killed by scratching himself by going, "It's not prison." Killian has to live with that and also has to be like, "Fuck authority. This is a pirate ship now, mates." So that's Killian Jones's backstory. Before we meet him,
thing is when he becomes the captain.
Yes,
it's bad form. Before he becomes the captain, it's bad form. He's not about that bad form life. Yeah, bro.
That's his morality compass. Good form is very important. He will admit, he's like, "I've done some bad form things," but mostly he's like, good form, show me good form. I want to see good form. I am good form. Like, that's his moral.
It's throughout the seasons he references that shit at least once per season too. Like, it's a predominant part of his character.
Peter Pan makes fun of him for it when they try to cheat the map. He's like, "Bad form, wouldn't you say, Captain?" And it's not bad form when I do it. It's not bad form when I do it, and he's right. But,
dude, so listen. So the way he gets reintegrated into the show is super interesting. It's through Cora. She brings him in. Like, he wants his revenge on the crocodiles. Everything's about the crocodile. Why? Well, let's talk a little bit about that.
So here's the defining point in Killian Jones. So first, I want to talk a little bit about his masking and his defense persona, because the show is really the show. So first, Emma's a Gryffindor. They're a Gryffindor couple. They're really, really well matched. I would say better matched than Anthony and Kate, just because they're not so volatile. Like, that can be fun, screaming at each other.
It's sexy.
But, yeah, and it can be sexy. But Emma and Cook don't do that. Like, they're so similar. Like, they immediately read each other and understand each other, and they are both these orphan kids who have walls and difficulty trusting people. So Hook does this thing in early seasons, especially you see it in when he's pirate captain boy, that he has to put on this armor of I am a mean old pirate captain, and he has to do this in front of his crew. And it's very Gryffindor to be like this, to be putting on what you should be so you don't have to emotion. He's
for sure.
Yeah, he's I'm a pirate captain and everybody is beneath me, and he does it to fucking Rumple when he's not the dark one. He's kicking him on the ground and it's "Get up, cripple man, fight me." And it's he's doing it for his crew. He's doing it for his crew because he's I'm big bad. Being a pirate is about reputation, right? Everything. You have to hear that a scary man is coming, so the Navy gives up their gold and you don't have to do anything for it, right? Reputation is huge. And he also uses flirtation towards women to protect himself. He is so overly flirtatious to not get attached to people. But the problem with Killian Jones is he knows himself really, really well. He's so insanely emotionally intelligent that it's not I don't know if we've mentioned that Dean is emotionally intelligent. That was a whole argument on Twitter a while back because people said that he wasn't, and he is, because emotional intelligence. Yeah, you don't remember that?
He is.
Emotional intelligence is reading other people's emotion and responding accordingly, right? Dean is not self-emotionally intelligent.
Exactly.
Hook is Killian's all of it. Killian.
Dude, so when Lauren was here and we were watching it together, when
Rachel was like, I'm getting uncomfortable with how sincere he is.
Yeah, but like one of the first things that I said to her about him that I immediately was like, what makes him so special as a character is that level of emotional intelligence. It's so there. In every scene and every conversation he has, he's picking up on what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you need to hear. Or where to hit you, where it's going to hurt, where it's going to bother you, where it's going to get to you. Or in himself, what he needs, what he's looking for, what lines he's not willing to have fucking crossed. And he stands by it. And or how to fix that. Like, he understands himself so well. He's constantly regulating the emotions of himself and everyone around him. It's so interesting. It's what makes him sincere.
He's not the type of, well, in specific instances he is, but generally and normally he's not the type of Gryffindor who'll be like, what'd you say? What'd you say to me? Like, he's like, I'm going to regulate my emotions here because it's a little smarter to let those simmer. But
he has the emotions, but they're not immediately going to come out uncontrollably
and he applies them at exactly the right moment. Like, that's literally all he does to Emma. Like, he wears Emma down, but we're not there yet. So he's masking, and he flirts with women, like, in order to not get emotionally attached to him, and he's just overly flirtatious with them, which I guess when I get into Emma, like, that didn't work for him with her, because his brain went, actually, you love this one. Immediately. That's what I love about it. Like, there was no hesitation. Like, there was a bit in the beginning where he was like, we're fighting each other and I'm into it, but like, not like that. And then he hits a moment where he's like, all right. And now he dedicates his entire life to, we'll get to that. So anyway, so before Rachel had watched the show and I was explaining to her why he was a Gryffindor, this is the scene that I explained to her. That fucking the Dark One appears on his ship, kills the love of his life, cuts off his hand, says, you'll never live long enough to figure out how to kill me, dearie. And this man grabs a hook, drives it through his heart. He's like, you'll never live long enough to find out how to kill me. And he disappears and the hook clatters to the floor and he picks up the hook and is like, first, I will live forever. Second, I will kill you with this hook and I'll attach it to my own arm. And then I'll call myself Captain Hook while I'm at it.
Immediate defining moment. Every Gryffindor has one. What's yours?
He does.
I can tell you Killian's. It's that.
It's when he gets a hook for a hand.
Honestly, the more defining moment for him was what his father did to him. But this is another one where it set him on a completely different path, specific to revenge towards Rumple for killing Mila.
Yeah, here's the thing. I think like becoming a pirate kind of released him from that, where he was like, fuck the king, fuck authority.
It did help, yeah.
Yeah. This and that was only like what, 25 years of his life? This is 300 years of him.
In comparison, yeah.
He's like,
it's the only thing keeping him alive. Pure spite, pure vengeance.
He immediately goes to Neverland. Yeah, and he's like, I'm gonna fucking murder this man. And when Emma's got her little lie detector thing, her superpower, where she's like, I know if people are lying. So Hook lies to her at the beginning. She's like, all right, Captain Hook, you better tell me one thing, and it better be the truth. Like, why do you want to go back to Storybrooke? And he's like, I want to go back to get revenge on the man who took my hand, which is true. But he's sitting there like, oh, there's so much more to this love. Like, you don't even know. And Emma reads it. She gets it. She sees his tattoo, and she's like, oh, it was a girl. But no, that is his thing, and it's Gryffindor, right? It's vengeance. Like, that is his thing. That is all he is doing. And it's so funny because the show gets to the point where it's like he's about to enact his vengeance, and he decides to use this moment to have a self-introspective conversation where he's like, there's just nothing left for me after this.
Yeah. Yep. What do I do once I get that?
No, because here's the thing. Yeah, he's like, Killian is very, if I die, I die, especially in the vengeance thing. Like, he expects to die killing Rumpelstiltskin. Like, that's all that matters, right? He's avenging Mila's death. If he dies doing that, it is it's good form. It's a worthy purpose. It's honorable. Like, it's all that shit. Like, it's good.
Yeah.
So he's very like, if I die, I die. Like, as long as I kill Rumpelstiltskin, I don't care. But so like this way that he's being offered the opportunity to have this happen is very passive. He just literally has to do nothing and Rumpelstiltskin will die, but he will also die. It's like a magical bomb explosion or whatever. He can't leave the town. So Rumpelstiltskin's going to die, but he'll also die. And the like villains are explaining this to him because, I'm going to get into this too, hook playing every side. They're explaining this to him. And she's like, are you willing to die for your revenge? And he's like, oh yeah, totally. And the next scene, he's talking to Emma like, fucking not dying for that shit.
Yep.
That's not honorable, baby.
Yep.
He didn't do anything.
Nope.
It's not honorable.
I so get him, man. That makes
it makes perfect sense. And Rachel and I have had so many arguments about how Hook was a dick to Rumple when he was like not the dark one. And he was like, I'm not denying that, but I'm also like 100% get it. He's like, he wouldn't even pick up the sword. And Hook's like, a man who doesn't fight for for what he wants deserves what he gets. Like, I feel like he would have given Mila back if the man had showed any indication at all that he would fight for her. And
given Mila back.
Well, that's the thing too. We
Like
argue
a
about.
dog.
She's like, Mila left, and I'm like, he saved her. Like, he's very attracted to not the woman who needs saving, but the one who doesn't need saving that he can still help. He's super into that.
Mila is such a bitch. It's unreal, actually. And I just don't think I liked that he was into her because what a bitch. But you know what? Whatever. I'm willing to let that go. I'm willing to let it go.
Well, we talked about this a little bit. Like, what was so appealing about her to him when she showed up at the bar and like started telling him about how she's married and her husband's a coward and blah 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 blah. And I really do think it's like, this is a really strong woman who doesn't need me, but is asking for me.
It's that, and it's also that she's a very strong woman who's showing vulnerability to him because he's so emotionally intelligent. I think he really fucking values someone who's open, honest, and broken, and is honest about being broken. And it's not like trying to be perfect
some
and trying
shit
to be a goody
he says to Emma, like every single thing out of his mouth is so Gryffindor. He's like, I love that you have walls, and I love being the only one to break them down. Like, fucking
word.
He's like, oh, I'm so special. Emotional intelligence. But no.
Yeah.
And
well, anyway, he beats Rumple's ass.
No, he does. He almost kills him. He almost does it. And then he's like, what do I do now? Like, he has nothing. He has nothing. He's like, he needs another sense of purpose.
He accepts that he deserred his fate when the Dark One got on that boat.
No,
like,
he did.
I said he was going to be on the boat.
We've talked
like,
a lot about
ready
that
to
too.
Go.
He was like, when Rumple came back and was like, we're dueling at dawn, he was like, I am dead, and it's the consequences of my actions that I accept. Like, I did this to myself. And he wasn't going to give Mila up. It was Mila who showed up and was like, no, not Hook.
And this is a common thing with Killian Jones throughout the whole show when he's on it. Like, if he did bad, he accepts it and will accept consequences.
And he tries to atone.
Immediately.
Yeah, he does. He So he shoots Belle to try to get back at Rumple. He doesn't fatally shoot her. He shoots her over the town line. So she forgets her memories. This is a good show, guys. So she forgets who she is. And it's like poetic justice, right? He loves that shit. He's sitting in the hospital bed and Emma's like, you're so stupid. I would pick you as dead man of the year. Like, Rumple's coming for you. And he's like, I went for his heart. Belle's just where he kept it. Like, he's so into the poetic justice of it all. He's like, he took my love and now I've taken his love.
He's like, for the first time in 275 years, able to breathe because he finally got like, he scratched the itch.
He calls himself sated when he thinks he killed Rumple. He's like, I'm sated. Like, he's so dramatic about it. Like,
I can finally breathe again.
No, but it is also a little moment too, because Emma's like, bro, you're gonna die now that you've done that. And he kind of gets it gets in his head, I think, that he's like, no, I actually don't want to die. But I also need something to do. So, but no, I'll just go over one more thing before we start getting into his little switcheroo where he goes from not actually a villain to a hero. I will say in that first season that he shows up in when he is a villain working for Cora, he's the literal embodiment of that meme of Mac from Always Sunny where he's like, I am playing both sides, so I always come out on top. Like, he's so Gryffindor about it. He literally, every single time he switches allegiances, he tells the person that he's switching. And he also tells them, listen, I'm not really invested and I don't care. I just want revenge. And whoever does that for me is whose side I'm on. So, and like the audacity, and nobody kills him because they're just so shocked. They're just like, wow.
That was really honest.
Nobody kills him for it.
Listen,
or at one point, Cora's like, "You're dead now, bitch," and he's like, yeah, but I got something for you." So,
am I though?
Yeah, right.
Am I though? He's like he's seriously never being malicious about it. I think he's so emotionally intelligent.
Thing he wants to do, and he is like, "I'm gonna do it." But
he also can see everyone's side. Like he can understand why someone who like we would hate, like Regina or her mother at that point, right? Like,
right,
why they're doing what they're doing, right? He's like, yeah, I get it, but it's not something I need. So,
fucking,
like, he's not judging anybody.
No.
Ever.
That's another thing I can talk about because I think he would have preferred to be on Emma's side. One, because Emma's hot, and two, because I feel like it was scratching his like this is a little more honorable itch. He was really, really upset with her when she locked him up in the Giants' castle. Like when he was like, because he was like, have I told you a lie? And she's like, I just can't take the chance that I trust. He was really upset. And when he caught up with her and they locked her in the dungeon or whatever, she's like, are you still like caught up about that thing? Like you would have done the same to me. And he's like, no, actually, I wouldn't have. And like fucking left. He was like, think about that.
And I believe him.
Yeah, I believe him too.
I believe him. He wouldn't have done it.
He was building trust with her genuinely. Like as a person who is out for the one thing that he wants, but he was building trust with her genuinely. And I was laughing too because I forgot he did this when Cora dies. Well, Snow kills Cora. And then Regina's the one to tell Hook that Cora is dead because he comes back from New York and he doesn't know what happened or whatever. He's like, oh, I'm actually genuinely sorry. She'll be really missed. And he manipulates Regina into taking the cuff because she's like, that's my mom's. I get it. And he's like, okay. And it takes away her magic, whatever. But the thing, he's like, well, she was my friend.
Right. I know.
So like, I do think he genuinely, because Cora is like, oh, I want to be with my daughter again. I just want my daughter to love me. And I think he was a little bit like when do you see a parent, even a narcissistic one, actually caring? So he was a little bit like, you know what? I don't care about all your side quests. Like I'm just on my main quest, and whoever's side quest gets me to the main quest first, I don't care. When fucking Greg and Tamara tell him that they'll help him kill Rumpelstiltskin, and then Greg wants to start torturing Regina, and Greg's like, here, give me a hand. And Hook's like, nah, tell me when you're going for Rumpelstiltskin. Like, this isn't a part of the thing that I'm doing. And he just fucking books it. He's like, I don't care that you're torturing Regina, but I'm not a part of this. Like,
yeah. He's very much like a video game character. So funny you said that. Like, he's got the goal. It's the big boss at the end, right? It's the crocodile. But like all the little quests on the way there, he's like, yeah, sure, I'll complete this one. Oh, that gets me
whatever gets me closer.
That gets me a tool I might need. All right. And this this gets me closer.
You could talk about his relationship with Bae too. Like he was willing to give up his revenge to stay with Bae because that's what Mila would have wanted. And he also genuinely liked Bae. But then like I would have done the exact same thing he did, which people are like, that's what makes him a villain. Bro, Bae wasn't going to stay on the ship, and he wants Peter Pan's, like, he wants a favor from him. So give the kid up. He's not going to stay.
Yeah, no, he wasn't.
He wasn't. He was mad at him.
I don't think he had done anything truly villainous. Like, nothing that we haven't seen the other characters fucking do.
He fucking, when he's trying to tell Emma how evil he is, and he's wearing the rings of dead men so he can always remember it. I'm like, as you should have. They probably deserve it. He said why he killed them, and I was like, they all deserved it. One man called him one-handed Jones. I would have killed him too. No.
He doesn't have the thing in him that certain Gryffindors do, like you take an Edward Cullen, where the crimes they do and commit are not the most heinous, right? Like Edward was out there killing people, but he was killing
rapists.
And exactly. But Edward didn't have any confidence or love for himself as a human being or any value in who he is. And so it was just simply all, I hate myself, I hate myself, I hate myself. Killian really likes himself.
He does.
He likes his personality. He likes his sense of humor, as he should. And so he's one of the rare Gryffindors where the paradox makes sense because he's acknowledging, okay, I did bad shit. I did bad thing. Killing is wrong. It's bad. I hurt people. So I'm going to work to fix that in myself.
Technically, it was part of his job description, but like, whatever. If you're not going to excuse that.
I know, Lauren.
Like,
we don't hate him.
He killed David's dad because David's dad would have tattled on him, Rachel. Like, what is he supposed to do?
Because David's dad would have tattled on him.
That's what he said. He was like, I can't have anybody know.
Absolve him some more. Absolve him of more things. What else did he do that was bad? What else did he do that was bad that people get mad at him for?
I gave up Bay. I already absolved that. Nothing. He's done nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong.
He's done nothing wrong his entire life. I can't think of a single thing.
He has done some bad things objectively, but not as far as the other villains on the show, certainly. And I was telling Lauren this earlier. I was saying he's reasonable about it. Like, he's like, yeah, all right.
He did. There's times that I can remember. But
I'm trying to be better.
I remember something.
And he's like, I know that there's a part of myself that has a darkness in me that's pulled towards the darkness that I have to constantly work to fight against, and I have to like rail against that. But that part exists in conjunction with the good part of me who's fucking awesome. Mm-hmm. So as long as I give more to the good side, as long as I do the good things, I'm always going to be atoning for the bad things.
His big thing like becomes like, what kind of man do you want to be? And he really takes that to heart. And so even when people are like, well, you did this bad thing, he's like, yeah, but I'm working really hard to be better. So why the fuck are you bringing that up? That's genuinely how it is. Or when David's still like, I don't want my daughter with a pirate. He's like, mate, I just saved, like, what? What do you want? Like, I just saved your life. I just remembered.
It's the curse of being so emotionally attuned to other fucking people, because they're never on your fucking level with what you understand of them or you understand of yourself. So you just kind of can't, when you're this kind of person, you can't understand why people don't just immediately go with the way you're thinking. Because it's like, grow up, knock it off. Like, I just did so much shit for you and you're still going to be like, dirty pirate. Like, are you a dumbass? Are you a moron? That's what's wrong with you, you're stupid.
No, I do remember. So when he he snuck up into Regina's castle to go get Belle or whatever, and was like, I'm here to save you. I'm here to rescue, because he wanted information on the weapon that could kill the Dark One, because he didn't know that it was a dagger. He didn't know where to find it or whatever. And Belle's like, I don't know what you're talking about, and Father, I wouldn't kill him. And his face is just like, you wouldn't? And she's like, no. And he bitch slaps the hell out of her. So she goes unconscious. And he's about to kill her, because he's like, she's going to tattle on me. She's gonna
tell. Nothing in Gryffindor hates more than a snitch, bitch.
No, I feel like a lot of his killing, especially when he was specifically on his revenge quest, was like cleanup killing. Like, I can't have the Dark One knowing that I'm going around asking people about his fucking dagger. Because Regina shows up and is like,
it's true.
Regina shows up and is like, don't kill her. She's part of like a chessboard, like a chess piece or whatever. And then she gives him a little, like, I feel bad for this man, because all he wants to do is kill Rumpelstiltskin, which doesn't seem that hard in compare. And he like goes to Neverland and makes sure he lives forever. And then when he comes back to the Enchanted Forest, because Baze told him about the dagger and he's finally ready, he knows how to do it. He's just got to find the dagger. And then he meets all these women that are just like, hey, hot, sexy pirate man, can you help me with my thing? And I'll help you with your thing. And he just keeps doing it. And they're not helping him with this thing. And you can see how when he's in the fucking library with Cora and Regina and they're looking for the fucking map for the dagger, he's like, can we go? Like, why are we here?
I have shit to do, man. This is boring.
Things to do.
And he really does. Like, I don't blame this man at all. Everyone else is out here trying to get their personal fucking revenge. Like, don't hate the player. He's just trying to get where he needs to get. And then he gets rerouted.
Bored. I have things to do. He's like, I just watched the scene where he takes on Mr. Smee too, as like his first mate. I was just thinking about that about Smee.
I want a Smee so bad.
I know you do, because the cartoon, he's mean to Smee in like the Peter Pan cartoon, like Hook, like he like abuses him because it's funny. That was the slapstick comedy of the 60s or whatever 50s. He's not
good.
Yeah, no. Killian is not mean to Smee. Like, he like...
Shut up, Lauren. He insults him constantly. No, it's hilarious.
He does. He's like, you're a fucking idiot. But he's not... Because he is. But he's not, like, hitting him or, like, threatening him or manipulating him. He's just like, shut the fuck up, Smee.
He's putting the fear of fucking God into him every 2 seconds. He's like, stupid bitch said what, Smee? What? Exactly.
When he and Emma go back in time and they get on board and Smee's like, didn't I just see you here? And drunk Cook is like, say that again. I don't know what
Yeah. So good.
Anyway. So the end of season 2, he steals the magic bean and takes off, and Emma tries to stop him and is like, hey, we're exactly alike, and I know we're all for ourselves, but you have a chance to be a part of something. So you can like stay here and you can be one of us, or you can do what you're good at and just go be off alone. And he's like, see ya. So, but he has a little revelation on the ship and turns around and is immediately like, because they're like, Henry got kidnapped. He's like, okay, well, my ship and my services are yours. I've decided that I'm all in on this because I no longer have a purpose.
Because he's a good dude,
he is a good dude. At heart, it's good form. He's like, I've treated these people badly. And like, they get on the ship and Rumple's like, are you done trying to kill me now? And he's like, I guess so. Like, he's like, guess I'll do this new thing. And I told Rachel, it's kind of like he's like, I'll just wait and see if something manifests for me. And you know what?
Yeah.
Patience pays off, bitch, because Emma Swan kisses the hell out of him, and he is so immediately in love with her. It's actually insane. Like, he likes her. He's intrigued by her, and it's also a little bit like, I guess I'll stick around and see what happens here. And then she's like, she kisses him, and he's like, I'm in. I'm in, bitch. I'm all in. His emotions are in.
He's like, say that shit again.
Yeah, they're fucking in the echo caves, and he's like, I kissed Emma. And she's like, that's not a fucking secret. I told everyone. He's like, this is what the kiss revealed. He's like, I never thought I could love again. Emma's sitting there like, shut up. Immediate. Shut up. Immediate. Dude, it was immediately after kissing him. And he's so like, he's not a simp. He's a wife guy. He's not a simp. I don't think he's a simp. He does not do. Simpy. No, it was simpy, but I don't think he at his core is a simp. Like, he's not immediately for. So now we can talk about how Gryffindor is in him and Emma's relationship, which gets into some of Rachel's favorite things.
Had never done the things we're going to talk about, he would have stayed a simp. But
okay,
she did push their relationship forward into more realistic territory and got him out of moony-eyed fucking dream fantasy. Well, here's the thing: like a real relationship, and so then he becomes the wife guy. Like, he started as a simp.
I'm gonna say, I think she really almost broke him because he's so emotionally intelligent and he's so attuned to her. So for the entirety of season 3, like, the man goes to New York and thinks that true love's kiss will break. Like, you know, he's like, he is like, I do not understand. I know that we are feeling the same thing. He's really confused. So he's trying to bring it out.
He's like, I'm displaying this all on my face with my words.
I've been very clear to you. He's like, when I win your heart, it'll be because you want me and not because of any like subterfuge on my part. Like, I'm not doing that shit. And he's
boy, get her ass.
And he's like, that's a part of his paradox too. He's like, she also loves me. I don't understand what the problem is. He's very and at the same time, he's like, she doesn't. He's like, she never will. Her walls are too up. Like, she's never going to realize it.
The kind of person, if you're the kind of person who can play all sides, then you can also understand all perspectives and you know how to prepare yourself for the good or bad. So it is paradoxical thinking, but it also makes complete sense that he's like, she might not, but when she does.
Bro, he's trying so hard. When they're about to leave forever and it's like they're never going to see them again, when Regina has to do the curse and they all go back to the Enchanted Forest and her and Henry go to New York. And he's like, there's not a day that goes by that I won't think about you. And this bitch just goes good and leaves.
Yeah. Baller shit, Emma. Baller shit.
Hard. He's like, maybe if I am more sincere, like the way that he looks at her is I don't understand how she's getting through it. I do not get it. I don't know how because
she doesn't think she deserves it.
Yeah.
She's the paradox on the side of less confidence.
Yeah.
And that's
but he's going
hard sometimes.
He's going full Gryffindor, like emotionally intelligent emotions out there with it. Like he is telling her every single thing that pops into his head.
He can't help it.
No.
He can't help it. The feelings are so strong at that point.
Pops into his head. He's like, I'm in love with her and this is me in love with her and she's going to know it. And it's like,
yeah,
just Oh, it's crazy. And I think it is too, the fucking curse that Zelina puts on his lips is very like he's so
That was my favorite
determined.
season.
I know, season 3 is so good. He's so determined because he does, like, Rachel and I were watching this and we didn't do shit to Ariel. Like, he didn't do anything bad, but he's at the point where he's overthinking everything because he wants to be the type of person that is good enough for Emma. And Emma isn't giving him anything at this point. So he's like, I have to be God, basically. So, like, I have to be Jesus himself in order for Emma. So he, he wants his ship back. So instead of helping Ariel, he just gets his ship back. And then Ariel can't find Eric, but she does. So is it even really bad? But so he's so torn up about what he did that he swears on her name that he will do anything to get Ariel to forgive him. And Zelina uses this to put a curse on his lips. And because he uses his love in a selfish matter, I guess is what the whole point of like needing to do that curse was. And I would argue that
it shows how much he actually does love her, that he's constantly like, what do I have to do to change? And he's not putting any of that responsibility on her.
No, none of it.
That it's something that she might be have a deficit in something.
He's totally
he's like, no, she's perfect. So what do I need to do to be with someone who's perfect? But what makes him, again, so emotionally intelligent and so smart is that he knows what's wrong with Emma. He does. He knows that she has issues.
He can read her like a book. He said so. He's like, I can read you like a book.
Totally correct. Can read her like a book.
First day meeting her, he's like, you're an orphan and you're sad about it. You've never been in love.
But he still thinks she's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Still thinks she's perfect. Still thinks he should try to change.
Imperfections make her perfect. Yeah. No, he loves who she is.
And it ties into the Mila shit,
and I love breaking him down. Yep.
You see it with Mila. He liked that too with Mila. Like, just she was a bitch and Emma's not.
Right.
But I mean,
no, but he gets this curse. So he, like, if he kisses Emma, her magic gets taken away. So he's like, I'm not going to kiss her. Why would you think that I would do that? So then Zelina's like, I'm going to start killing the people she loves until you kiss her. So then he starts protecting, like, Henry, like, really, really hard, like, working really hard to protect Henry. And then Zelina shows up and is like, you've been working for me. And, like, Emma's mad at him. Like, they're genuinely mad. She's like, you should have told me about this. And I was like, bro, he can't because you're perfect. And he can't tell you that he used your name selfishly or whatever. And I was like, also, he knows you don't want to hear and I love you from him. And he's not going to do it. Like, he's just not, because he's going to consider that bad form. He's like, I know she doesn't want to hear it. I'm not going to say it to her. Like,
it's almost like painful sometimes watching the amount of hits that he'll sit there and take from people. Like, specifically from Emma. Like, he takes a lot of shit.
He takes them from David.
Just shuts his mouth, grits his teeth.
Fucking Henry goes off at him at one point. Is like, you're not my dad. You'll never be my dad. You're not a part of this family. And he just fucking takes it. He's like,
just takes it.
I will be one day. You will see it.
He's like, bro, I'm strong enough to take that hit and be completely fucking fine.
I love how that mirrors, like, his physical, because here's another thing about Killian. He's a survivor. Like, that's one of his big things that he keeps telling Emma. Like, Emma is afraid of being left or abandoned, even, like, unintentionally. And he's like, I will never leave you. Like, I am a survivor. I will survive. And, like, he did that for Mila for years and years and years. He was surviving to avenge Mila. And now he's going to do it for Emma. Like, he is not going to die until he does for Emma. Like, he is going to stay around for her. So
complete rerouting.
Yeah. And he, I forget where I was going with this. I was going somewhere important. Damn it. I totally lost it.
Yeah, you'll get it back.
Yeah, I hope so.
You'll get it back.
I hope so. But yeah, you got to fill the silence, man. I'm struggling.
I mean, where are we in the timeline? Okay, so
I was still in season 3. Yeah, I was still in season 3.
He's protecting Henry. He's going really hard with that shit. And then it comes to a point where I don't know how they get there, but they end up going back to the Enchanted Forest to rewrite the story because the book gets fucked up and whatever.
No, the time Zelina does the time travel and they get sucked into the portal.
Right.
Yeah.
And they get sucked in, right. Mm-hmm. And he's immediately
like, one day I'm going to stop following this woman. You're a liar.
Yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And it's so funny seeing them there. One of the big funny Gryffindor things with Hook was when they have to go to the tavern and they have to, like, manipulate Old Hook, and Emma has to go flirt with Old Hook, and she's like,
I know it'll work. I know it'll work. Like,
she's like, are you jealous? And he's like,
No.
Yeah, no, but he totally is jealous of his past self.
Himself.
Hilarious. And she thinks it's so funny. And so she has to she obviously gets over on him because he's clearly very physically attracted to her, gets her on the ship, whatever. And
thank you. I remember
Killian's hiding. Okay.
I was just going to say
Killian's
that.
hiding down there.
No,
What?
you say your thing because it kind of goes. You go ahead.
Okay. Killian's hiding, like our Killian is hiding on the bottom of the ship. And they come down, and idiot old Hook is like drunk and whatever, and they
Making
have
out.
to.
Yep.
They have to get the fuck out of there. So he punches himself and knocks him the fuck out. And he's like, he'll blame it on the rum. It doesn't matter. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like, it absolutely will be. But you could see, like, he's the kind of Gryffindor that's like waited his whole life to punch himself in the face, like for the stupid shit he does.
His old self.
So
Yeah.
He's like,
it's the me I don't want to be anymore.
Punch old me. Yeah. It's great. It's super Gryffindor.
Earlier when you were saying like he keeps getting up from like emotional punches or like things people say to him. I love how that matches his physical like people like throw him around and he gets up again. He's like, yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna keep fighting. Like the man will keep going.
He's like Charlie Kelly
till the last breath in his body. He's like, no, he's not.
Survive anything.
No, he's not. So then at the end of season 3, like it turns out that he gave up his ship for Emma, and that's the breaking point for her. Mm. And he's just like, oh, he's so beautiful about it. She's just like, you gave up your ship.
Such a cute moment, dude.
He's just like, and then she makes the fuck out with him.
Good girl.
Yeah.
Smart move.
He's
Emma.
always so much shit he puts up with for her too, because she's like, we can't be in a super public happy relationship because I brought Marion back and that's ruining Regina's. And he's like, girl, I told you not to bring that bitch back. Like, I just want to be in our relationship. Like,
yeah, and he's not like angry about it or like giving her an ultimatum fucking ever. He's like, whatever, I guess I gotta wait. I waited longer for other shit. Like, it's fine. And he's gonna do it.
He's like, as long as you need,
family
babe.
Drama. Everything, all the stupid shit Emma gets herself into, her stupid parents get into, like, he's right fucking there, ready to face it all, take it all on for her, because he
came back and said, I'll be a part of this, and he fucking means it. He fucking means it. I'll be a part of this.
He means it.
He's all in.
He doesn't say it unless he means it.
This is new purpose. Emma Swan being a part of her family. Done. No, he fucking. I told Rachel this one, like, there's not much to go through in season 4 with Hook. He just, the whole symbolism of how this is Gryffindor too, like outward appearance and clothes are so symbolic and important to him, and like he changes into modern clothes at that point to like indicate to Emma, I'm here and I'm staying. But fucking the first date that they go on, which is also one of my favorite scenes. Emma asks him on the date and he like fucking misses the dartboard by like 50 yards. He goes back to the pawn shop because he wants his other hand back. And I was like, Rachel, the fact that he went back there expecting Rumple
he wants to hold her.
Yeah, he wants to hold her with both hands, which is cute. But the fact that he went back there to Rumple expecting Rumple to have the hand and asks him for it, and Rumple fucking pulls it out in a glass jar.
Is that not the most Gryffindor Ravenclaw shit you've ever heard? Like, yeah,
why wouldn't you have it?
Of course he's gonna have my hand. Why wouldn't he? And Rumple's like, yeah, of course I have your hand. Why wouldn't I? Like, every other house is looking at them like,
after
what the
300
fuck?
years?
Yeah, I'm not getting why this is weird.
No, because as Rumple said, Hook is his oldest friend. So,
oh, what weirdos they are!
So
both of them.
They're so weird.
They are.
Not even going to talk about season.
But they both make, he makes sense to me. Like Rumple makes sense to me with certain things. That's one of them. Like I see.
What, you kept the hand?
Friend. It's okay. Yeah, I totally get that. I totally fucking get that.
Sentimental value. Now we can get into Rachel's favorite season.
Yeah, but also with that shit, it's so funny because Rumple fucking gets him to think that the hand is making him bad. He's like, it's your hand, Mary. It's not you.
That's the man you used to be. It's the man you used to be.
And Hook's like, damn it, it's bewitched. And he's like fully
his
fucking
one hand
believes.
Is shaking and he's staring at it.
Yeah, it's so dramatic. It's hilarious. He's such a stupid Gryffindor there. It's so funny. And then at the end, Gold is like, it's just you, bro. Like, you're just a dick. Like, you have these things in you that make you act like a dick. And he's like, oh, man. Now,
I have to go work harder. I have to work harder.
Yeah. So, season 4.
No, There's really nothing.
There's some good stuff in season 4.
Not for Hook, really. It's Emma's like evil shit and Lily and the villains. Remember he's Gold's pawn because Gold took his heart for like the first half of the season. And then
right. I'm trying to get us to Dark One Emma because
I think we can just go there.
Okay. When Emma becomes the Dark One, dude.
He flips, and this is the thing that I mentioned earlier, that this is the only time where he becomes I'll fucking punch you, Gryffindor. Like, he does not have...
not an iota of patience for anything going on beyond saving her.
They're like wandering around, like confused, because the season begins with them, like, they went to Camelot, and then they're back from Camelot, and they don't remember shit that happened in Camelot, and Emma's suddenly the Dark One. So
right.
They knew that she was the Dark One, but she hadn't turned dark yet. So she shows up completely dark. And they're like, what happened? So like David and Snow and Regina, like all these other Gryffindor, they're like wandering, like, oh, we don't know what happened. And Hook's like, where's Emma? Who did this to Emma? What happened to Emma?
Yeah.
Like, he's like, he does not have the patience.
Completely feral.
Does not have the patience for whatever these people are trying to do. He's like, I'm going to go, I'm going to go get it at Emma. Like, I'm going to figure out, like, And
Lauren and I talked a lot about how this was the ultimate punishment for him up to this point in his life. I think something worse happens to him after this. But at present, where we're discussing,
he spent his entire life
because
going after the Dark One.
Whole life.
And now he's in love
of his
with
life,
the Dark One. Yeah. He goes up on
it's fucking torture.
He goes up on the ship.
Actual torture.
And she fucking disguises herself. She puts on the outfit that she wore at their first date to be like talking to him. And she's like, if you tell me that she's like, I'm doing this for you. Like, she's trying to, like, if you tell me that you don't love me, I'll stop all of, I don't remember what she said.
Yeah. No, was
it you don't love me? If you don't tell me you don't love me, I'll stop all of this right now. Like, it'll be
basically
done. Yeah. And he's like, I used to love you. And I was like, you want that to be true so badly. I loved you. You want that to be true so bad, buddy. So badly. You wish this could all be over. Yeah. Like, he's lying to himself. But
it's a hit, though, for both of them. Like, you saw how much emotional damage. They both took psychic damage there. It was really bad. It was fucking harsh. But like I said before, he knows where to hit. He knows how to hit you to like try to get through. And at that point, he doesn't think he can get through to her. So he says the thing that's like, even if it's not true, I'm going to say it because he knows it's going to hit her where it hurts.
Right.
And then later,
well,
gets real fucking bad.
I mean, I do want to talk through like all the stuff in Camelot before she's the dark, like when she's struggling against the darkness, whatever.
You got to refresh my
memory.
When
he takes her to the meadow and is like telling her about his own struggles with the darkness, and he gives her Liam's ring, and he's like, he is fighting so hard for her to keep her from like giving into the darkness. He is doing so bad. Everything. It's so cute. She like that episode where he takes her to the meadow is her being like, I'm shaking and I'm concentrating. Like, it's like crack. She's like, I'm shaking and I can't get it out of my head. And he's like, this is what I do when I need to not think. And he like takes her on a horse ride and he's like, you got to get your adrenaline up. And then he's like lying with her in a field of flowers and just kissing her. And I'm like, bro, where is the man in real life?
No, this is a man written by a woman.
It's a wife guy.
It's for real. He's sharing this with her because he has such a prevalent piece of himself that is so inclined towards darkness. Mm-hmm. And it's his worst fear to succumb to that, specifically after he's found Emma, after he's found happiness and joy.
Yeah, she's his happy ending. That was a big season 4. I guess we could have talked about in season 4 when they go back to the alternate enchanted forest where he's like he is very simpy there when she runs into him and he's just like, oh my God.
Oh yeah, he's a little bitch.
Anyway.
That looks cute.
It is. He's real cute. Very cute. He that's one of his things too. Like it gets more into it in season 5. We can talk about it more. But he as soon as he's with Emma, he's like, I love you. He says it all the time. And she can't say it to him unless they're like, she's about to die. He's about to die. Like right before she gets taken by the darkness, she like screams, I love you. And then she's the darkness. So that's what he's doing in season 5. He's being like, I love you. You can't say it to me yet, but you love me. Like, this is you're my future. This is it. There's nothing else for me.
Yeah.
And that's what and like, he's bought her a house, and like, that's the whole thing that he's trying to remind her of. So when he wakes up and is like, this bitch is, how did this this couldn't have possibly happened on my watch. I think he feels a bit of a failure there, that he's like,
I'm sure that he does.
Yeah, there's no way. And he's very upset about it.
How much fucking work has he put in to avoid this?
Well, he doesn't remember any of it, but I'm sure that even not remembering it, he's like, I would not have let this happen.
He's like, I wouldn't have allowed this.
I would not have let this happen.
I really believe that's true.
No, because then it's revealed why it did happen, which is like,
right.
And he didn't want it to, but there's nothing he could do about it. So Emma, Hook got stabbed by Excalibur. So and Excalibur's like you can't heal it with magic. So he was going to die. So Emma put his name on the other piece of the Dark One dagger, which is Excalibur, so that he would also be a Dark One and he would live forever. And she's like, I'll figure out a way to like fix this, and she had to take everybody. But she did, before she took everybody's memories. This is the part where Rachel and I really start getting excited, because it's all about Killian's agency and whatever. That's where I'm trying to get us. Yeah. No, we're there. So Rachel said up until that point, this was the worst thing that had ever been done to Killian, to turn his loved one into the Dark One. Now the love of his life is the Dark One, and so is he. And he is not happy. He asked Emma not to do it. He said, he was like, I would rather die than.
Yep.
He's like, I'm not like you. I cannot withstand. He knows himself. He knows himself so well.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not gonna be able to handle it. I can't do it. And Emma doesn't listen because she loves him, even though she won't say it to him. So.
Yeah. And we struggled here too, because there are moments that you're like, damn, Emma, like, why did you do that or whatever? I would have done what Emma did. Like, and he would have been mad at me. Me too. It's like, what else am I supposed to do here?
We can figure it out later. Like, we can figure it out later as long as you're alive.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Like, if you're going to hate me for the rest of your life, I would have done it. And the only thing that I wouldn't have done is, Rachel said Emma did do the right thing. When Emma wouldn't give him the dagger back, and Killian started getting really upset because the dagger controls the Dark One. So she was like, and this is a bit where Killian's paradox comes in too, because he said, do not trust me with the Dark One magic. But then when Emma isn't giving them the dagger, he's like, you don't fucking trust me. So it's like.
Well, now it's also like fair game. You did the worst possible thing that someone could do to me after I begged you not to. Now I don't give a fuck. Like, do what I said.
Right.
So I get him. I really get his anger here.
And it's like, it's the big thing for Killian, like agency. Like, he is like, nobody is going to trick me into doing shit I don't want to do ever again. Like, and I know exactly what I do. Like, you will not be manipulating me. Like, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
So, because he's too good. He'll see it. So Emma doesn't give him the dagger at first and tells him that it's gone. And then the little rumble voice in his head is like, you can hear that whispering because the dagger's nearby.
Oh, it's so true.
And so he's like, where the fuck is it? And Emma's got it. And then he's really, really, really upset with her. And see, I would have given it back to him. I wouldn't have lied in the first place. I would have given it to him.
Nope. You're never getting that shit back from me, boy.
I don't want it back. Oh, I was going to say, I don't want it back.
No fucking way.
I would have given it to him immediately. I would have been like, this is one of your accessories. This is the Dark One. Here you go. I trust you with it.
Absolutely not. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could fucking throw him.
Emma did give it to him after he confronted her.
Yeah, that's where I told you. That's where Emma and I diverged. I was like, well, babe. That's mental illness, love. That's not.
He wouldn't have been so upset if she hadn't hidden it from him in the first place, though.
Do you think I fucking care if he's upset? No, I did the right thing. You're here. We're fighting because of what I did. I kept you alive.
She had him, though. She was like, I did this because I love you and we can control it together. And he had that drugged look on his face where he was like, yeah.
Nope. He warned you. He warned you.
He warned you. Yeah, but that's killing. He did. He went a little evil and enacted the curse, and Emma was like, all right, well, I got to take your memories now. So Dark One Hook is really beautiful. His whole attitude and the way that he slowly physically becomes unhinged and also mentally is just,
it's so good.
Colin did such a great job. It's
really good.
It hurts me to watch because I'm like, this isn't my Killian, and he's hurting a lot, but he's really
it's
good.
All pain. It's all just his pain. From pain.
Yeah. The shit he says to Emma to try to hurt her, where he's like, that's why you're an orphan and nobody will ever love you. I was like, bro.
The whole time I'm like, yo, but Emma did the right thing. Yo, but get her ass. She did the thing you said not to do, but that was mean, but also you deserve it. I was paradoxing the whole time with this fucking thing. It was great. It was great writing. I loved that. I loved the whole plot point. It was just so rough seeing him go through it because it's true. Like, it's deeply traumatizingly painful shit for him. Like, he was in agony every fucking moment. It was so sad.
To become the Dark One, you see your worst memories over and over and over again. So he just, like, all of his failures, which for a Gryffindor, they're crazy. They'll become crazy if you show them all of that shit over and over again. And on top of that, fucking Rumpelstiltskin is in his ear talking to him, and this is the man that has tortured him for centuries. So he's not into it.
It's bad.
Yeah, he's not into it. So he's doing something real bad where basically he's going to have all of Emma's family killed and replaced with all of the Dark Ones that have ever been. And, like, I get it, man.
Which is, like, mean, but...
He wasn't in his right mind.
You guys need to understand that as it's a symptom of his house, he's been put... Listen to me. He had one line. He had one fucking line, okay? And you crossed it. And he told you not to cross it.
He asked you to.
Still fucking
he said, don't do it. He said, don't do it.
So now you've unlocked the goblin mode. And you've unlocked the goblin mode of his brain. And we all have it. There's a switch that you can flip it and because it's unhinged fucking chaos. It's really, really, really bad. So yeah, everyone's got to die now. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Except
it's his Wanda. This is me
Emma.
Being reasonable
Emma
moment.
cannot die. And actually, that's
right.
Only a Gryffindor, and this man in particular, would be like, let me walk off a roof to see if I can make Emma come back because I can't find her anywhere.
Yep.
And it worked.
He's like, whatever, she'll save me. Because he knows she's a Gryffindor too.
Mm-hmm.
He knows.
Mm-hmm. No, but
so
to save her family, Emma's like, I got to take all the darkness inside myself and stab myself. And Hook's like, that's also my line. Like, your family needs to die and you need to suffer, but also I love you and you cannot die.
Yeah, I know.
So you got to be around. So he does it. So he, at the last second, takes all the darkness into himself. Yeah. So, and Regina's kind of getting in his ear, too. Like, she's reminding him that, you want to talk about him killing his dad?
Bro, I was watching that episode, right? And I was like, so fucking angry. So his father comes back into his life. Don't remember how, don't care.
Regina uses it a test. She's like, if you pass this, then you can go find my mother because everybody has a weakness. So I have to see if you can pass this test.
And he's back and he's sitting there and he's talking to Killian, now grown up, the son he sold into slavery.
Mm-hmm.
And he's talking to him and he's like actually trying to apologize and prove to him how he's atoned for it and whatever. And it's all fucking worthless human garbage. Like, you're rotting filth. And the entire time I'm texting Lauren and I'm like, this guy should die. Like someone needs to come in and kill him. And I'm watching Hook be like, okay, I'm hearing you. Like, he's livid. He's angry. It's like complete rage, but he's listening. Especially when it's revealed that he has another son, right? Hook's still a little bit like, all right, this is where.
So also Hook's thing. I'm not going to tear families apart. Like, I'm not going to make another orphan.
And he's trying. And he's trying. And this is demonic shit to put him through, okay? And then I said to Lauren, I was like, let me tell you something. If Hook doesn't fucking kill him for this, just in general, move him to the left. Like, he can't be in my neighborhood. Because this man needs to fucking die. Like, if Killian doesn't kill him, I'm going in the screen. And I'm going to choke his ass. And I'm thinking the whole episode's going to end, that Killian's not going to do it. And then it's revealed that the new son's name is Liam. And that's it. Now you crossed the line, bitch. You crossed the line. He stabs. I'm like, yeah, boy, my team, let's go. It was beautiful. It was perfect. It was everything I wanted.
So anyway, Regina reminds him of all this. And I've talked to Rachel about it extensively because I don't think Killian regrets killing his father. I think the only thing he regrets is making that kid an orphan. It's the only thing. He didn't want to do that again. He had to. It's the consequences.
Worth it.
Had to do it.
Worth it.
Had to do it. It was the price I had to pay. So Regina reminds him of all this, and the whole thing that it becomes for Killian is tied into good form. It's like, and his thing that he's been trying to do with Emma, but now it's like more general. It's like, what kind of man do you want to be? So he, at the last second, is like, takes all the darkness into himself and is like, Emma, stab me. And he's like, I want to die a hero. Like, you didn't listen to me earlier when I told you not to turn me into the Dark One because it wasn't going to work. He's like, you need to kill me now. And I want to be the man. I want to be a man that you're proud of, and I want to die a hero. So she does it, and he dies. And I was talking to Rachel about this too, because Emma as a Gryffindor was this time around going to respect that. She didn't the first time. Mm-hmm. The second time, she was like, okay, I'll respect it.
Well, she learned her little lesson, didn't she?
Fucking Rumpelstiltskin made the sword like a conduit. So all of the fucking power went back to him instead of being destroyed. And the second Emma learned that, she was like, he didn't buy a hero. Die a hero. All bets are off. Like, fuck you. Take me to the underworld, bitch. Take me there.
Emma and I don't fall like in the same spot in like Gryffindor brain. And I was watching that episode and I was telling Lauren, I was like, she's not going to let him stay dead. She let him die in the back of her head. She's like, I'm going to come and get you, though. And then Lauren was like, no, she's really respecting him. And I'm like, what? She's respecting his what? But like, you know, she got there in the end. She found a loophole.
Yeah, because, like, well, I mean, that's what I told Rachel. I was like, she was looking for the excuse. Like, there's no way that, like, and there was and there was an absolute obvious one, like the fact that he died in vain. She was like, fuck you.
She's like, do you know how much honor means to him? I gotta get him now.
He's fucking rolling over in his grave right now.
Yeah. So they're off to the underworld.
They go to the underworld, and people tell Hook to his face a million times why they regret being down there, and they shouldn't have ever done this. And I wanted to kill all of them, because Hook just sat there and was like, "You're right. I should be dead." And I wanted to murder everybody because only Emma was there. Like, you guys didn't have to follow me. Like, I love him. So
yeah, he didn't.
Yeah. He also, I cannot remember if this is in season 4 or season 5, but she tells him I love him, and he's like, that's the first time I wasn't the one who has to say it first. And I was like,
that was cute.
It meant so much to him. It must have been after season
because he's constantly he's so funny. He's like, when she says sweet things, he's like, really? You love me? And then when he says sweet things to her, and he gets her in a moment of emotional vulnerability, she's like, really? I'm worth it to you? Really? Even though the entire season is long proof of both of them being like, you're worth it, I love you, I love you.
They just constantly validate each other, but they don't say it out loud. It's weird. No, it must have been after season 5, because in that episode you love so much. Yeah, in that episode you love so much, he's like, why can you only say I love you when we're like in mortal peril? And she's like, I've had my armor on for so long. I forget that I don't need to wear it around you. And I'm like, Emma, this man can only...
who you needed to put the armor on in that episode. It was Hook, who you shouldn't have fucking left down there.
I have a hard time with Emma. He really needed a Slytherin so bad, because he, from the beginning, gives the entirety of himself. Like, nothing is held back. Like, what more can he do? Like, what do you... Anyway, talk about your...
They would have been... Listen, he either needs someone who's very much like him, or the polar opposite. Ain't no in between. But this fucking episode, guys. Yo, I was like, it sent me so fucking spiraling so hard. She really was like,
I'm not in Gryffindor house anymore, and I hate everybody.
I was like, I quit like, everything.
I'm a Ravenclaw again.
Yeah, I was like, get me the fuck out of here. This mess. You're gonna have to remind me of the plot reasons for what's going on.
So, okay, so this is episode 520. And they need to get, and Hades is good now because Selena and him are true love. Don't get me started. So he's like, the portal, since he now has a beating heart again, because True Love's kiss broke his curse that Zeus put on him, the portal to the overworld is going to open, and they all need to go back. So all of them can go back because they are alive, but Killian is dead. And the plan was that they would split Emma's heart in two and put the other half in Killian, because that works when you have true love. And Snow and David did it and it worked and it brought David back to life. So they try to do it and Emma starts screaming in pain. And Hades is like, oh, dude, you've been dead for like 6 weeks. Your body's like decomposing and shit. Like, it's not going to happen. So they're like, somebody must have gotten out of hell before. Like, it must have happened. Mm-hmm. And it's the Greek myth of Eurydice and what's his name? And Hades is like, yeah, there's ambrosia down in the deepest, darkest dungeon of Hades. So if you go down there and eat the ambrosia, then Hook can go back up. But they need to be true love in order to reach the ambrosia because only true, like, pure hearts can get there or whatever. So they have to do this test. And there's actually a lot of drama and like wank around this test because people are like, it doesn't prove that they're true love. It just proves that Emma loves him because nobody thought that what. Anyway, it is true love because they both chose each other. Because Emma starts screaming in pain because and Hook. And she's like, get my heart to Hook. And then Hook goes for her heart and he gets set on fire. So, and he is screaming as he's on fire, get your heart, as so you can stop hurting. So instead of being like, help me, he's like, get your heart. And she ends up going for him instead. So they both prove that they care more about each other than their own selves. Their true love. The door opens. Shit. Yeah, it was beautiful. I wish they would have had a true love's kiss because they were handing them out like fucking lollipops.
And the episode ended there. Yeah. Good times.
They lived in hell forever. Like I would have done. I'll tell you right now. Right. I'll tell you right now. Goddamn right. I will yell a little bit too. Not because I think this is out of character. Rachel doesn't think it's out of character either, but she's madder about it.
It's completely in character. Mm-hmm. It's why I'm
That's why she's so mad
about Gryffindor.
I wouldn't have done this anyway.
So mad about it.
They get in there.
Me neither.
They get in there, and the ambrosia tree is cut down, so there's no more ambrosia. So they're like, oh my God, oh no, what are we going to do? And I was like, okay, we'll figure it out. We'll get something else. And the ground starts shaking because the portal upstairs is going to close. And like, if the portal closes, Emma's never getting back up there. And her family already left. So Hook is like, Emma, like, Henry and your family need you. Like, let's just go to the elevator and we'll figure it out there. Like, we got to go. So he pulls Emma away and they get to the elevator. And then she's like, come on, we got to go. Like, we got to go upstairs. And he's like, I'm not coming upstairs. And she's like, what do you mean? And he's like, we both knew that this wasn't going to work and that we got more time than we were supposed to get. He's like, I was supposed to die and never see you again. And it's you have to get back home. Like, it's not going to happen. And he's like, and this is very Gryffindor too. He's like, I'd rather say my goodbyes down here instead of in front of everybody else. Like, I want to have that moment with you.
Yeah, because as usual, he's doing the correct kind of Gryffindor thing. Mm-hmm. He's doing it the right fucking way. Mm-hmm. And when he says to her, we both knew it wasn't going to work. No. Actually, you knew it wasn't going to work because you're the smart one here. You're the smart one here, the one with the emotional intelligence here. And you don't need a little fucking magical hack, a superpower to understand people and when people are lying to you. You just have that innately in you, as some of us are blessed with, okay? And some of us are fucking not. Some Gryffindors, like from the Charming family, are not blessed with this common sense. They're just not blessed with it. So this bitch gets on the fucking elevator.
They're like, we'll do it. We'll hope. We'll get there.
Charming. Help is the thing.
No, he's like, you gotta go. You gotta go, and I'm not coming with you. And she gets on the elevator, and it's real. It's really touching. Like, they kiss through the bars, and she holds his hand the entire way.
Oh, it's touching to you.
And when he can't reach her hand anymore, he's like scrabbling for it. Like, oh my God, I can't. It makes me cry.
This is a diseased, sick moment. It's twisted. It's corrupted. I wish I'd never seen it.
Exactly what two Gryffindors would have done in this exact situation. I never would have laughed.
But the second he told
me get on the elevator, I'd have been like, no. Because we can't figure out how to save you unless I'm standing here with you. I don't give a fuck about my family. We will get back upstairs.
Is what I'm talking about.
But if I'm not here with you, it's not happening.
The genetics of the Charmings have corrupted her soul into thinking, you're right, there is no other way. Because the evidence in front of me that I'm seeing, this is the only conceivable fucking thing. That's it. We have to go along with it this way. Stick the baby in a tree. Get on the fucking elevator and leave. There's no other way. There's no other way. The only people who are allowed to be happy are Snow and David. There's no other way. And Emma's like, I hate myself enough to think I do deserve this. So All right.
And him
I'll
too.
respect your wishes.
But him too. He's like, I was always supposed to be there. And she,
right.
like, but she also is like, you have to, like, they're crying. She's like, you have to promise me that you'll move on. Like, don't make me your unfinished business. And he's like, I will. And like, and he's so mad in the next episode because he can't move on because she hasn't defeated Hades. He's real mad. He's like, I made a promise and I can't fucking fulfill it. And that's pissing me off. Like,
if I were him and you actually left me, I don't love you anymore. It's dead. It's done. If I go to purgatory and you Sam Winchester me,
he expected her to listen to him.
And you get a dog and a girlfriend.
No, but Rachel,
and you don't come find me.
He wanted her to listen to him because he loves her that much. He wanted her to listen.
But she actually did.
Right, but
this is why
listen,
I can't date one of us.
If she hadn't listened, and
she listened,
she had stayed down there every day that they hadn't found a way to get back. As in, like another piece of his soul would have chipped off. He would have the responsibility of keeping her there would have killed him. It would have killed him. And who cares? Well,
become two twisted souls. And then again, you think I give a fuck?
Me as a Slytherin,
I don't.
As a Slytherin, and this is the love of my life. Like I don't give a fuck either. Like I said, we would have been two dark ones together. None of this would have even happened because I would have given him the sword and we just would have been killing other people together.
All the bad choices Emma made, I agree with. And all the ones that were like kind and good and respectful can go out the fucking window, flush it down the toilet for all I give a shit. There's no way I'm leaving him down there. Henry has another competent parent on Earthside. He's going to be fine. If you tell me, you managed to prove to me, okay, the kind of person I am, that there's magic in the world, and you've proven this to me, because I'm not going to believe you for a long time. You've proven it to me. You've shown me that I have this like wild, bizarre power. You've shown me the underworld is real. All of these things I'm seeing. And my parents have proven to me that there's always another way. Regina has proven to me there's always another way. I'm seeing it before my eyes that there's another way. And all that you know, and you still left his ass down there thinking, there's no other way. That's disrespectful. That's fucking raw. I hated it. I hated it. And I understood her. Okay. I understood
both
her.
Of them, yeah.
But I would have never made that choice. And it really fucked that episode for me. I went into such a spiral about these left side Gryffindors, like with the moral superiority as shit. Like I gotta do the right fucking thing all the time, and I gotta go and give up what I love for the good of everything else. Stand up, get off the floor. Pathetic. No, you don't have to give up what you love. No, you don't. You can have it all. Take it. What's wrong with you? There's another way. You'll find it. You'll figure it out. Don't tell me in this magical land with fucking fairy dust and all this shit that you can't find another way out of the underworld. I don't believe it. And it's just, I didn't relate to Emma throughout the entire show. There are certain things that I'm fully with her on. The fact that like it was so something I would never have allowed was so jarring to me that I physically was like, Lauren, remove me from this house right now because they're gonna catch my hands. My whole house right now, I'm gonna set it on fire. Like this would never have happened. And it goes to show the left side, right side theory is true. Because I respected Hook.
It also
that's the shit I would have done.
The fact that Rachel got this mad is also just how Gryffindor these two are. Like it touched her deeply because she's lived it. She would live it.
Yo, it made me so fucking mad. Like
she's disgusted with herself.
Either I'm the one that's gonna die and be sacrificed, or nothing. There's no other fucking option there. Because leaving is not an option. Not if my kid's healthy in the portal with his other mom. No fucking way. He's safe. He's good. His mother's super powerful. He's going to be fine. And I'll find my way back to him. I'm not abandoning you again. I came down here for you. What is this?
Right.
Horrendous.
I don't relate at all.
Horrendous.
That's the thing. Rachel's here like I understand. And also I would never do it. And I'm just sitting here like I don't even get it. You would not. I wouldn't have even. I would be a barnacle. Like you couldn't detach me.
Don't even give me that ounce of like kindness because I really barely fucking have it. It's the only reason I say I understand it a little bit is because she was probably so traumatized by not respecting his wishes before that now she's like, yes, daddy. Like, whatever you say. Like, because I get being a little scared now, you know? Like, if you don't respect his wishes, well, he's going to fucking curse you all. You're all going to go to hell. So, like, all right, fine. You're respecting him. You're proving to him that you love him enough to respect him. Couldn't be me, is all I'm saying. Could not be me. Oh, I hated it. I hated that deeply in my soul.
How accurate it was. She hated.
There are things in every house that, you know, aren't the best. There are qualities, there are things that aren't the best. But when you're faced with it in your own house,
yeah, it's pretty
and it's
disgusting.
like that troubling to you, and it really like, it's like disturbing because you're looking at a piece of it where you're like, oh, these are my people, and I have that potential in me to like think like that. But that's why I sort of like that we have the scales and we have the clear lines where we've divided, where I can make sense of understanding, like, I'm in your house, but I would not do this thing. Like, I would simply not fucking do it. Like, plenty of Gryffindors to do shit that I wouldn't do. This one just really triggered me because I couldn't understand. You did so much to get here, and you just gave up. You left him. She was on that elevator looking at his puppy dog eyes, the hand letting go of the hand.
No, I mean, it's part of the thing, too, that she was like, I don't deserve a happy ending. And he's like, I don't deserve a happy ending. Like,
stand up. Enough. Enough. Get off the floor. Pick yourself up. Ugh. Nonsense, man. Absolute nonsense.
I mean, he's not gone long. He comes back in like 2 episodes, right? And she.
Yeah, but she was ready to just live without him.
No, but I'm saying,
parents are just fucking making out.
I'm saying,
Goddamn
Rachel,
charming
like,
piece of shit.
How long would she have lasted? Because Killian is it for her too. Like she didn't have a chance to, like, that episode right after he dies. She's running away from processing. She is actively like, I am not having these conversations.
I have to think she would have lasted as long as Dean would have lasted with Cass in Purgatory. She would have been haunted. She would have been seeing him in mirrors and shit. She would have been like trying to move on. She would have been an alcoholic or something. Like, she was like,
that magic crack would get her.
It would. You know, I'm right. Like, she would have handled it the same way Dean handled it with Cass. And both of their people came back to them. So I don't know how long she would have held out. I don't know how long Dean would have held out.
Henry gave her something to be there for, but
right. And Dean has Sam.
I don't know if this is me being a dramatic Slytherin, but I would have died. I would have died straight up.
You wouldn't have if you had a kid.
If I can't be down here illegitimately, then I'm gonna make it legit, bro. Yeah, if I had a kid, probably not.
If you understand Dean Winchester, you understand Emma Swan, and you understand that Sam is like his
they're
child,
exactly
not his
the
brother.
same.
So you have to look at it like she would have went her entire life suffering. She would have.
Wow. But that's the thing. Killian went up to heaven, and Zeus, who was not a daddy, bad casting, was like, I'm going to take you.
Always with the bad Zeus casting.
He was like, I'm going to take you to where you deserve to go. And Rachel's like screaming at me, he's going back to Earth. I was like, Rachel, you're ruining it. Of course he deserves to go back to Earth. Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not ruining it. Let me tell you something. I called everything this motherfucker did on this show before he did it. I called everything he did on the show before he did it because I understand him fully. Like, our brains, they kiss. We understand. I understand him. Okay? I knew he was going to get his ass back because I would have got my ass back there somehow. I fucking knew he was going to kill his dad because censored words. Will not say that phrase. But if that had been my father, I would have killed my dad. Fuck that guy. He makes every correct call. Okay? Okay? The fact that he marries into this fucking family infuriates me. Infuriates me, the shit he has to deal with. Infuriating.
I will say, we haven't talked about it at all, but one of Rachel's favorite things was his interactions with Elsa, who is like one of the only Slytherins on the show.
Amazing. It was Emma's interactions with Elsa.
No, but his interactions with Elsa were great too. His stuff with Elsa was great too.
I just liked having a Slytherin there, man. Like, we gave that away.
We're great.
We did the Frozen episode.
They know we did Frozen. They're the same in every universe.
That's true. This show proved that. It was nice having a Slytherin because, as you can see from this fucking episode, where are they? Where are they, guys? They're not here.
Dr. Whale.
Hades was one. Dr. Whale.
Dr. Whale was
Hades.
the best one.
What?
Dr. Whale was the best one. I cannot get over him.
And,
that episode that we saw of him standing in the room of all the Gryffindors yelling about what to do about this guy that crashed into the sun. He's like, you want me to kill him? Like, what?
Yeah. Where'd you get this watch? I get it from all the people I operate on.
That was a joke.
Kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding as far as you know. It's so fucking funny. Oh, and I don't know if Lauren agrees with me, but I think Cora is a Slytherin. So
no, I do. I didn't agree with Zelina. You were very wrong about Zelina.
I don't care about Zelina.
I don't either, but she's not fucking in my house.
I didn't want to look too deeply at it. I was like, all right, maybe she's like a Loki kind of crazy bitch. No. I don't know. But she's not. She's a Hufflepuff.
Cora's just spitting out. Yeah, I feel bad for Cora.
What?
They're spitting out Hufflepuffs.
That's rude to Hufflepuff.
No, I'm not. No. Her as a Slytherin, an evil Slytherin. She's like, nobody understands me. They're like Uncanny Valley Slytherins. And she's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, man. So, I don't know. What else? Do you have anything you want to continue?
There's not much. And I mean, this is already 2.5 hours.
This is why I didn't like the ending seasons, because I didn't feel there was enough hook.
Nope, you're 100% right.
For everyone, I lost respect for everybody else except for Gina.
I feel like the writers were like, we made season 5 the Hook and Emma show, so now we have to really pull back on that.
Yeah,
like, why? It worked.
I really do. All this is to say, don't get me wrong. I still really ship Emma and Killian. They are the true love ship. They are the ones who should be together. They're my favorite.
If it can't be me,
hands down,
it should be her.
I feel
if it can't be me,
for sure. But I just didn't like some of the decisions that led them to the path they got on. But at the end of the day, I still do think they make perfect, beautiful, maddening sense together. They're the exact two kind of Gryffindors that can fit together well.
We're going to log off,
always happen
and Rachel's going to go watch the parts of season 7 that matter to see how their married life is going. It's not long.
But I'm so really ready to be out of this universe.
They're really... You liked it.
Because you made me like it, and then they pulled that shit.
Just forget season 6.
Wanted to set everyone on fire when she left him in the underworld. I was so mad, dude. I don't know why I'm taking it so personally and why I really don't. I don't know. But it was as if they did it to me. And I was so mad for him. Because
Hook's your bestie, and you can't even believe it.
I guess. Shit, I guess. I would have never left him there.
See, you did the same thing I did. Like, you attached on him, too, but you're just not in love with him. He does this to you.
It's true.
He does this to you. Like, if this is not the most Gryffindor thing, like, he's so emotionally intelligent that you are for this fictional character. It's crazy. Right. Who does this? I don't know another Gryffindor that is this emotionally open and intelligent. I don't.
No, most of us like to mask a little harder. But there's a little of it in Elle Woods where she's fiercely who she is and doesn't really give a shit.
But it's not just being who he is, just like and he directs it at you. Like it's crazy.
You're just attracted to it, it's like whatever.
I am.
Dean does have it, to a degree. Again, it's not like
not
internal
open about
it. So there's a lot more masking, and he's one of the rare ones that just don't put on a mask. And I like the ones that live out loud.
It's the combination of knowing exactly who he is, knowing exactly what he wants, getting what he wants, being emotionally intelligent, talking about this emotional intelligence with it's just the whole thing. I do not know another one.
Well, because it tends to be true that when there's a Gryffindor like that, they're darker. Like they're more, they go evil a little harder. Like they do bad things when they get like that. And he doesn't.
No, he's like, I don't want to. He's like, I like Emma more.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Maybe
like me more than everything else important to you. Like me the best. More than all of your hobbies and things.
If you get a Gryffindor to fall in love with you, it's life, baby.
Disgusting.
It's life. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know if I could have forgiven that dark one shit. I don't know.
I would have.
He forgives a lot. He forgives a lot of her. Like,
oh, I thought you meant what Hook did.
No, he did nothing wrong. He forgives a lot from other people.
No, he does. He
constantly.
Does. Well, and again, I think with Emma, it's not just being in love with her. He understands Emma implicitly. Like, they're the same. Yeah. So.
Yep.
Except that was the problem. That was the problem with him too, that she tried to give him the dagger and he said, "No, I trust you." So it was a little bit of like, he was a little mad about that. He was a little hung up on that shit. Yeah.
Valid. I think we did it.
We did it.
Finally did it.
Oh my God.
It's finally out there.
I'll be talking about him for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, Lauren can finally call me Gryffindor publicly on Twitter. Yay!
The rest of my life.
Yeah.
Just know that every time I remember this show exists, something is awakened within me that takes a while to push back down.
He grabbed her, man, so hard. Yeah. Regina's still my favorite from the show, but I love Hook. Like, well, because I want to be her wife, but I want to be his best friend. So yeah, it's a little different. I'm so glad Robin died. Should have been me.
Evil Queen Regina gets to marry Wish Realm Robin. That happens in season 7.
I don't like Evil Witch Queen Regina.
Really?
I like our Regina.
Interesting.
Isn't it? I don't like her at all.
It is, because that's a part of her. It's a very pure part of her, but yeah.
And it's funny because when she's the evil queen in the flashbacks, I love her. Step on me.
Well, she's still got the nuance of like, I'm broken and that's why I'm like this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I appreciate the journey I went on with my Regina. I don't want another part. My Regina.
All right. Anyway.
I love her so much. Anyway.
This is the longest episode we've done in quite some time. You better all have listened to it, or everything I say from here on out is not going to make sense, because shut up about Killian Jones for a while. I started rewatching the show, which I just rewatched. Anyway, next episode, Meg and Carla are back. You guys have been so lucky. You got such a big break for them. Now we're bringing them back for you. So
can't wait to tell Carla how right we were about Snow White.
Carla, Rachel was like, Carla better not listen to this episode because I'm going to talk about Snow White again. But it's too late now. We didn't put a disclaimer at the beginning. She won't listen to it anyway. It's 2.5 hours. So next time we will be doing the cleaning lady, which is we'll be shit sorting because we've never seen it. So it'll be fun.
I'm very excited. There's been a lot of hype about that show, so I'm psyched about it.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. Everyone wish Lauren a happy birthday.
Happy birthday to me. March 24th.
Happy birthday to you. Remember, she's
turning 57.
So make sure you put that on the cards. You can DM me for her home address. And if I know you, I'll give it to you. But if I
That's
don't
actually
know you,
true. That's actually true.
And unless you're a little late, it don't matter.
Unless you
drag
look
out her birthday
or have
month.
a personality anything like Killian Jones, then give it my address.
Charlie Kelly, put on some eyeliner.
They didn't have the same personality at all. Alrighty. Thanks for listening.
All right. Bye, guys.
Unhinged.
Thank you. For the price. The price was 2 hours, did it? Rumple. Goodbye. Thank you for listening to Sort of Brilliant. If our sorting choices inspired any rage or excitement, we'd love to hear from you. We're open to feedback, suggestions for characters to sort, and solid counter-arguments with citations.
Never forget your citations. You can find us hanging out on Twitter and Instagram at @SOB_pod, or shoot us an email at sortofbrilliant@gmail.com.
And since we're not above begging, please rate and subscribe to Sort of Brilliant on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever else you listen to podcasts. Please share our posts on social media. And if you're a Gryffindor, maybe you'll inspire sorting fights among your own friend group.
The theme music is Hot Shot by Scott Holmes. Can't wait to sort with you again next time. Bye!